Hello. I'm just fixing my deck. Where's my deck at? Hello, sorry I'm late today. We had to go out and do stuff. I'm here now. Just fixing up that Woods Crawler deck from yesterday, trying to make it a little bit more defensive coded. I might do a little bit of editor practice to see how I want to roll out of it today, because I want to use it again today. We will full pig today. Well, I want to try to be a bit more piggy today, because I kept trying to be pig in phase 1 yesterday. It didn't work. And I think I need to decide. So here's the question of today. The question of today's stream is, how much money should I, as default doctrine, invest in a static defense on a zone, on my flank or wherever, at the start of a match? I think at the start of every match today, I try to, as Kamala says, go pig mode on one zone minimum, ideally protecting my flank, especially on that woods fight, on Dam. And I want to, so I don't run away of rampant costs, I want to decide what that looks like economically. I think I don't put them in on 1-3s. I think that's too much money. I think I say this to the Rangers. So I need another way to bring them, which I don't really have right now, because I can bring a War Pig, but then I'm 5 over. Can I cut 5 from somewhere? I can cut up armor off the Iron Thunders, but I don't really want to. Is there anywhere I can cut like 5 points off? Do I have like a machine gun on something that I shouldn't? No, I could cut the ECM off the Sword Chinook. I rarely put the Sword Chinook in harm's way. But it's only one War Pig. Kamala says every static defense is fleeting unless it has a sufficiently large offensive force moving ahead of it. So that's the thing. I don't want to invest in like a fortress static defense, because unless it's like your main focus, it's not going to hold. But I do want to know, how much should I invest in a blocking force that acts as a speed bump? So you need good recon ahead of time, and you see the thing coming for your zone or wherever, and then you have a speed bump force that can deal with... stops recon from probing you there, deals with light attacks, and lasts long enough against heavier attacks for you to bring in helicopter reinforcements. Eris says, any plans to put out more match reviews? Yeah, I'm actually thinking I'm going to take tomorrow off to just record a bunch of videos, because otherwise I'm not getting any videos done. Because I've been pretty busy on my schedule lately. So I think I'll take tomorrow off streaming just to like try and do a bunch of YouTube. Camel says, a recon unit, an HEM GM team, and 2 Grand Infantry squads? Yeah. That might be the way. That's why I'm taking out 2 mech rifles today and putting in 2 mech rifles MMGs. Because I want to start thinking of these guys as the defensive troops rather than just the meat. I think originally I was like, oh, it's just good to have mech rifles as meat to throw in when you need more meat. But I'm going to try to start thinking of these guys as the defensive option instead. It kind of makes me want to like drop a couple of mech rifles for mech engineers as well. And it could be like mech NG, mech rifle, mech MMG. And like mech AA. You haven't got an ATGM then though. The Occupation Force. Thank you so much for your 165 stream streak and your excellent banger of a label. Yes, we are looking for the Occupation Force here. Tamwin says it should be able to hold against 2 MPVs of infantry inside charging you. I think that's a good baseline. Yeah, maybe not cutting your recon too. Thank you, Godfor, for your 50 stream streak. Yeah, kinda, Magister, kinda. Like, I'm thinking that next time I roll out, for instance, in that situation yesterday, my rollout would instead be I would roll out my mech infantry, probably in helicopters or just some other transport. It's kind of honky you don't get trucks in this deck. But in some other transport that isn't an M113 per person. Like, drop them in the Ghost Hawks, maybe. That's probably what the Ghost Hawks are for in this deck, actually. Use the Ghost Hawks. Roll out these guys to hold the zone. And I'm just trying to, like, perfect what my rollout looks like for that. Sarah says, she beagle on my rush till I jam her balls. Is that anything? Yeah. By the end it was, kind of concerningly. Rangers would be the offensive troop, because I think the problem is I sent in the Rangers to be the defensive troops there, because I had to retake the zone, I just kind of defaulted to them. But in hindsight, I should have sent the mech imp, I think. I can fit in 1 War Pig, because why not? But again, I still need to cut points to fit that, so I kind of can't fit in a War Pig. What costs 35 and I can take in this deck? Nothing. There is no 35 point unit in this deck. This deck is too expensive. Little birds, I guess, but I haven't got anything that can bring them. There is no 35 point thing in a category I haven't overloaded already, unless I cut down the cheaper killer eggs. Or a cheaper Soar. I think if I went cheaper on the Soar without the ECM system, I can fit another killer egg. Oh, but we're at 45 points then. So I can't fit another killer egg. But if I cut the War Pig, I can fit a Mech NG? No,
Alert.
I can't. Okay.
New
Hey.
15.00
Hey, thank you, Adept.
donation from Adept-Mechanic-Basso.
Yes.
Biggs.
Yes.
You have one question and one question only. Are you willing to take a look at my deck?
Yes.
Little bird down.
Okay. Yes. $15 donation. Thank you very much for that, first of all. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. 2, send me a picture. Link the picture in chat and tell me what you want to know about the deck, because otherwise it's a broad topic to review. And I'll take 2 or 3 minutes and I'll try to review it. Probably take 5, but I say 2, so then I only take 5. And we'll do a quick review of it. Let me know what you want to get out of the review, though. Because otherwise it's a broad topic. And it depends what you... Tell me what you want to use the deck for. Because a deck I can criticize for being bad in one area, maybe just optimized for another area. Like, you could criticize the shit out of this deck for playing in areas that isn't the woods. Because I'm trying to optimize it for the woods, right? So tell me what you want to do with your deck. And that'll help too. I cannot get an Arsov. Fuck! Solicited deck picks. That's right, solicited deck picks. Okay, you can have a War Pig, and you can not have it with Fletchy. You can't have it with shit, man. You can't have it with fucking nothing. Post in Discord. Okay, if you're posting it in Discord, make sure you ping me so I can find it, please. Curef ambush build. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Thank you for your donation again, by the way. Do I cut some mech rifles and get mech engineers? Because then I think, don't think of these guys as attackers, think of them as defenders. You roll out 1 mech rifle, 1 mech NG, 1 mech MMG, and 1 mech rifle AA to a zone. You don't have ATGM, but you could also then send, like, the tow carriers. And that's a really solid hold for a zone. That's like, oh, I went up to 4 green berets, by the way. You have an ATV as well for recon. Like, that's a really solid defense, I think. Goose isn't having a tough time of openers? Tell me about it. What can I help you with? Give me some more detail. Today I want to play more of the idea of like having dedicated supply dumps too. We'll get into that in a second. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut 2 mech rifles. I'm going to go 2 mech engineers. The M113s are still kind of earmarked for the Rangers here as a push force. But we have these guys as the defenders is the idea. I'm going to reorganize all my shit so that it all moves down a bit. Hang on. So I'm going to have these guys here. I know, Ludo. I know. I'm going to have the Rangers Moors, Mit, single Arsov. I'm going to have 2 Deltas. I need my Rangers here. They're in... Wait. What transports are they in? I feel like I just fucked up. They were in 1 of these? Yeah. And then 6 Rangers. Okay, and this is like the defensive force, and this is the offensive force, I think is the plan. I think if I stick to my guns here and be a bit rigid, it'll be good. Goose, Tonzillus is actually struggling opening 2, but largely because my team keeps having levers. Just get up there, bake me to his 6 prior. He's struggling with inf game places, what information? I'm ever finding people who blob a bunch of units together and kill my defense and building a wood line. Yeah, I had that last night. I'm kind of like readjusting to deal with that. Okay, so you're either doing that, or what's the other thing you're dealing with? Posting community multiplayer, thanks. I know I'm starting late, but let's do a little bit of Q&A and shit. Hey, my baby Sova, come here. My good baby, come here. LSC for kegs, thank you Obsidian for the 3 stream streak. I was like, thank you for your sub, and then I was like, oh, it's a stream streak. But thank you anyway, now you get thanked for that. And I'm just 20 points down on this deck, but whatever. I can't really fit anything else that I want anywhere else. So, posting community multiplayer, let me see. You said it was a QRF ambush deck. Now remember, I'm not God, I'm not a master, but let me give you my opinions. I'll try not to talk authoritatively. The thing you guys got to keep me honest with this game is don't let me become an elitist. Don't like every stream then be like, Beagle, you're getting elitist. Like, but like, just keep an eye on me in general. I'm keeping an eye on myself. I'm trying not to fall into that like familiar position of this game where I start bitching about my teammates in pubs having me like, oh, they're doing that again. Because I'm not God, but it's easy to fall into like an elitist mindset of like, I'm the protagonist. I'm the only one who's really smart in this match. It's never the case. Like, usually I'm struggling about the same degree as all my teammates. That's right, stay pig. Remember thou art mortal and stay pig. but be wolf, but remember you're pig. Anyway, let's have a look at this deck. So QRF and Ambush. Okay, so where are you ambushing? Let me just have a look at your deck. Let me tell you what I think from that little bit of information. Anything for there might be flaws I don't realize in the build? Okay, yeah. Have you played this deck? How do you feel about only having little birds for your transports? That would be my first thing. I would say this deck looks insanely hard to play because you have 2 ground transports and that's it. Okay, you have Hemets. Okay, so they're quite expensive. So you have Hemets and Strikers. So is this a defensive deck or are you trying to be active of this? My first thing would be, hang on, you've got 7 Ghost Hawks. Okay. Are you concerned? Have you played with this deck and are you concerned with the fact that you can't get anywhere without helicopters, really? You've got Bookers and Trophy. Okay. And these are... Is that like main gun Booker too, or did they get a price increase? I didn't realize. Poofy says, I've turned off more than a few streams. We've already done that. You seem to be a safe haven. Yeah, but I'm not immune to it. So if it starts happening to me, know that I don't want to be elitist. And you just have to, like, kind of maybe, like, poke me gently that I'm being a bit of an elitist prick. Because I'm not immune to it. Nobody's immune to, like, falling into god complexes, really. Or I'm certainly not. So make sure to remind me if I do it, and I'll correct myself. Or I might, like, bitch and fight with you a little bit, but I apologize if I do. Because one of my flaws is I can get very defensive off the cuff if I'm not thinking about things. And I can be like, no, I'm not doing that, but I'll try. You're looking to mobile. I'm not worried about heli only. Looking to mobile. Okay. So, yeah, that'd be a thing I'd be scared of because it's a lot of micro, but okay, that's fine. You're looking to be mobile. Yeah, if you're not worried about the helicopters thing, yep, that's just one thing I would say is I think it's pretty fucking hard when I've tried to be very mobile with helicopters to keep them alive near the front line. Okay, we've got Ospreys too, okay. You've got a nuke. These are Precision Bomber Vipers, if I'm guessing, or they're just like done-up fighters, and this is Mavericks? Is that Mavericks or a small amount of dumb bombs? You have Striker SBH and 2 HIMARS in cluster, I think, so that's good artillery. I mean, the SBH I don't love anymore, but that's just because Iron Thunder blows everything else out of the water. You're doing the Patriot and CRAM combination, which is fine. I don't do this style anymore, but that's fine. You can do the Fortress against cruise missiles strat. That's fine. There's no worries. You've got like one of the big ones. I'd optimize the one that can deal with cruise missile overload if you're running this combo. Like I forget which one it is, but go for the pack. I think, is it the MSC that's better for multiple targets but less damage? I'd be going for the one that's like the most optimized for multiple targets. I think it's the 16 missile one. I'm not sure. Pack 3 MSC says Kemalef. Yeah. Because if you're standing your ground with CRAMs without turning your radar off, you want to be able to take everything that's getting thrown at you. And if you have CRAMs with radar on, which is I assume why you have them in this deck, you're going to be attracting 3 times the missiles, so you need a Patriot that can handle all of that meat. Would be my suggestion. Or just run a Patriot without the CRAMs, so you're drawing less threat to yourself with Seed. One set of jets is anti-air, the other is bombing rounds. Okay, are the Vipers your anti-air and you just got them really done up? And then these are like dumb bombers, I'm assuming? You have no Seed, I don't think. That's something I would say is I'd be concerned about these days, is your jets are very sacrificial without Seed. You don't have any CJs. Sorry, I'm kind of in the way, I just realized too. Let me move myself. Just because people can see. I don't see any Seed. You don't have any CJs. Or F-35As with harm. So I would say your jets are very one-way trip, unless you have other plans to kill their AA first. And that would be hard too, because you have to do that in advance of the strike. So consider that. I would find out a hard time to enable these strikes, especially the B2 without some Seed in your deck. The Comanches are incredibly cheap. Are those like rocket pods? Okay, and then you have your DAPS as your ATGM healer, I'm guessing. Interesting. This is very heli mobile, I see. And you wanted to be a QRF, like you said. Okay. Yeah. Full rocket pods to sneak around. Full rocket pods. Don't. Okay, with the Comanches, yeah. Do you think you'd be better set running an Apache for rocket pod duty? Where do you picture yourself using the stealth of the Comanche to do rocket pod work? I'm nitpicking here, obviously, because I think that's what you want, right? You want me to look for flaws. Why not use an Apache for this? For like 150 or whatever the price is, you know? I think you can do a Guardian for this. You're not using a Guardian anyway. It can't be much more than 150, 160, I think. Because then you've got a helicopter that can take a hit. Comanche's like die in one hit to Russian Shurad. Ah, yeah, this song is Flux from HPS Battletech Barbarian. We found the other song, by the way. I don't know if you were all here when we found it, but we found out what the other damn song is from that. It's Ground Control number 4. It's Ground Control track 4 is that other song. I'm gonna get it right now so that anyone watching the VOD is like, that's what the song was. It doesn't really have a name, it's just, where is Ground Control? It's this one. It's just in-game track number 4. I can't believe I went past that. I knew it was Ground Control. Didn't the Comanche's that weak? Yeah, Comanche is very powerful because of the stealth, but it's and the radar and stuff, but it's very flimsy. It dies in like one hit to Russian Shorad. So, the Adept says, I thought the flare and ECM and stealth would help them sneak to their backline. Yeah, okay, if you want to do backline with it, then yes, that is the value of the stealth, sure. Sure, yes. If you want to, like, send these a bit sacrificially around the backline, because they won't live once they get there, obviously, they'll get intercepted, then yeah, it, like, enables a sneak attack. It's a one-way trip, but yes, you could do it. So in that sense, these might be better than the Apache, because you're trying to get soft stuff with your stealth. Yeah. The ECM and flares are no better than an Apache, though. For everything but the stealth, Apache is better for the rocket roll, I would say. Similarly with... You have so many helo transports. What are you using the DAPs for? Why do you need the seats on the DAPs? Can't you run a Guardian in a proper configuration with ATGMs and just do this job better for similar cost and then use one of your 10 billion ever helicopter transports instead of a DAP and putting all your eggs in one basket? You got Ranger's Stinger. Okay, you have a couple of troopers, which is interesting. The day is not transport, it's got anti-vehicle missiles. Yeah. Okay, so the DAP, though, let me show you. What you're paying for of the DAP is that, though. Sorry if I'm telling you how to stuck eggs, I just don't know if you know this, because of the thing with the Comanche as well. So the DAP is a transport, it has 6 seats. This is why the DAP is, you pay more for what you're getting with the DAP, because you get 6 seats for it. But compared to the Guardian, you're not really getting a better deal. Adept says it has better ECM. It does, but it has half the armor and less health. And I think just worse weapons overall, worse optics, which is important for seeing Stinger teams that are killing you and stuff like that. It has similar speed. But like if I put the DAP into... What configuration? You had 260. So I assume that's this, and I guess you put on the Stingers. Okay, so you're getting a better, cheaper deal if you want the Stingers, yes. You're getting 45 off. However, again, I think this thing dies in one shot, especially from Russian Shorad. It's like the Comanche levels. So the thing you're getting with the Guardian is you're getting better survivability. You're going to get 2 shots instead of 1 shot. You are getting less ECM, but like the ECM helps, but to be quite honest, I think you're going to survive more with a healthier helicopter than you are with 10% more ECM. Each flare is 10% ECM, I think. I just think you're going to have much better odds with a Guardian in that role. The thing you're paying for of the DAP is the seats. You're getting a better deal because of the seats. Or not a better deal. You're paying more of a premium for the stats you're getting because you're paying for the seats. So that would be my opinion, is unless you want to use the seats, I would be trying to run a Guardians for those roles instead. Because they will do that job much better. Because they also have Jagums, which I think are just better. They get a bit more range. I don't know if these are truly fire and forget. These are semi-active. These are fire and forget. So that's very useful for... Actually, if you lose sight of the launching platform, like for instance you're trying to hit smoke, these Jagums will hit targets through smoke if the smoke is too late, whereas the DAP's Hellfires will lose lock and they will spiral off like toes. Adam says, alright, I guess I didn't think the Health Armor was that big a difference. Never understood the numbers. Yeah, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. These will tend to get one-shot by Russians. This will not. They're still going to die if you don't get them out of there, but it can be the difference between living or not. Depending on how you use them. So consider that is really the value of the Apache. Also, just the Apache has a lot of other stuff like the optics, which you can get on the Comanche, but if you paid for it. But yeah, like the big weapons loadout and the health is huge on the Guardian. It's a very big deal. So I would try that. And what else did we have? Anything else? It kind of sounds like you kind of like know what you want to do here. So I'm not going to tell you how to play this deck or how to build it. I'll just poke my few more holes that I can. You don't have cheap shit, as far as I can see. You have, like, no cheap shit to play. Like, you don't have cheap ATGM trophies to leave somewhere. You don't have any AFK units. Like, you've gone full out on the cost on the strikers, so you're going to micro these, you're going to micro these. Like, these need to be microed, these need to be microed. all this needs to be microed. Maybe not the troopers. This all needs to be microed as Recon does. This needs to be microed. This is fine. You can just mix this in. This needs to be microed. This needs to be microed. It seems to me like your deck, like every single thing you call in needs to be microed. And you don't really have seed to get your jets in and out, so I don't think you'll be calling them in that often. So I think you'd struggle to spend all your points in a pressure situation. That's my lessons I've been taking from my own matches. So I consider that. I consider, can you fit any cheap shit in here? Something I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to have a defensive part of my deck that's cheap, that I deploy in phase 1 to hold an area and just forget about them, AFK, and I'm going to have micro parts. Maybe consider that. Yeah, the numerical differences is adept. Yeah, that's a big part of, like, deck optimization, I think. Yeah. But so I imagine you envision playing this deck as, like, someone is having trouble and you, like, heli fly over there and drop all your troops and help them. Have you played this in practice, or have you just, like, theoried this deck up and you're yet to take it out? Thanks, man. No worries. No worries at all. Let me pop back off the display capture. Let's just made it. The one thing I'll let you consider is try the whole heli mobile idea. But if you struggle with it, I think something that will transform the deck for you is really consider getting more transports in. The Arsovs are really good fast wheel transports. You can do War Pigs if you want to double up. Yeah, try the helicopter thing out. If you have trouble using the helicopters in practice, then consider just throwing in, like, maybe cut half the little birds and throw in a bunch of, like, Arsovs and War Pigs and stuff. Or strikers. Throw in a bunch of cheap strikers for, like, 60 points each. Used to SE2, I'm used to COH and Total War. Yeah, cool. See how you go. If you have trouble, that would be my first suggestion to tweak it, is try fitting some more, probably some 60-point strikers, like upper armor to the slat cages but not trophy, strikers with grenade launchers to get all your infantry around. And that would give you an option when you can't make the helicopters work to play still very fast and quite good ground transports. So keep that in your back of your head, I think, if you have trouble. But otherwise, give it a go. Try it out. See how you go. Good luck. Let me know how you go, actually. Come back and let me know how you go with it. Thanks for sending it in. Alright. I gotta get back to me now. But hopefully, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Did anyone have any other questions? People were asking about, ask me again, please. I think people are asking about how to roll out. So I'm actually going to cover that now, I think, because in the sense of, I don't sound like I'm running a workshop, but like I've got to deal with that now for myself. So what I'm going to do with dealing with rollouts, maybe it'll help you, is I'm going to take this deck into the editor and I'm going to try to roll out with it. Having to open the match, really. Yeah, well, perfect, because I'm dealing with that myself today, so we're going to go through it together. We're going to go through it together, hey. Let's do it right now, I think, because I can't spend this last 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this deck to the editor. Give me a damn practice, because I always think of the last scenario I had trouble on, you know? That's what I've been doing. The last scenario I didn't like is I didn't like how I ended yesterday's... The match I ended yesterday's stream on. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I wanted to do better. So take me here. And I'm not going to spend too long here. I'm going to try to like limit to like 10-15 minutes, because I want to play and I've started a bit late. I want to get more than 3 matches in. Especially if I'm going to take tomorrow off to do YouTube. But let me just quickly kind of like decide what I'm going to do here. So we come in here, we make an objective zone. We make it square. We make it bigger on the red and blue. We don't do green because that's the height, which is weird. I guess if you make it high enough, helicopters could cap, which is... No, they already can't if they fly low, so never mind. Box, I just want to like vaguely make this look like it's right. So I can think about it. 300 maybe? That looks like it's about where it is in the game. And then just put another one somewhere else so it doesn't sudden death if I take it. Well, there's no War Girl, so it shouldn't matter, but... It still helps to just like have this here, so I kind of like know the layout of the map, right? So that's there, and then we know... May as well just put... this one here. For immersion. Here. And here. There's our objective zones. I like to tick on the threaten in case they ever get capped, it gives me an alert. Sounds like to fight over. Yeah, and I had trouble with it yesterday, so because like I did the thing I've done like probably 24 damn fights before at this point, where I just push for the woods. I'm like, we're gonna have a woods fight, yay! And the problem is, with Dam, I think it happens a lot when you're on this side especially. The team tends to not send many people to the right because they go, this is the real fight, and you end up getting like 3, sometimes if you're unlucky, 4 people here. And you typically have to work with 2 over here, which is funny because actually, it's such a narrow aperture of fighting here. As long as you bottle the enemy up from this side here and don't let them spread to here, you can probably do this with like more than 2 players. It's probably overkill. I think like optimally you have like 1 player, 1 player, 1 player, 1 player who kind of defends this road through the K. So then these 2 players defending K. And this player is playing this objective zone, and then the middle player plays these 2. This player plays the neutral zones and holds here. And 1 player holds here and maybe presses and helps hold the middle as well a little bit. And you have 1 player on the right who holds this whole fight. The problem is in most damn matches what actually happens is you only get 2 players on the right at most. I'm always one of them and I always try to go to the woods. But then I'll always get 1 player on the right who holds the objective zone but holds pretty conservatively, pretty timidly on the right. Because that's kind of how the map encourages you to do it. Holds like here. And doesn't hold this bulge. And so the enemy has this really, really easy covered assault vector to just come in straight through here. It's like there's no open, it's all tight woods and urban. And they do what they did to me yesterday, which is they just drive in and just threaten K. And you have to have this horrible struggle for K the whole match, like I had yesterday. And so I think when I come to this map from now on, having had it done to me properly, really having been exploited in that way, I need to, yeah, as Ronaldo says, hold the bulge. I need to not go for the woods as much as I want to until I've secured K strongly. And I can't even go for this zone. I can't go for any of these zones till I've held this. Because if you don't hold this zone, you're completely cut off. And now you're getting flanked from the right. And you can't play the woods very well when this backline isn't kind of secure. It's much easier. When you have a 3rd player here, as I think the map probably wants you to do, ideally, then you just play, the K is free, and you just play these 2 wood zones easy, and you maybe play this zone, but your teammate holds this zone, really, and then this teammate helps this teammate push up to the dam. You cap them at the dam, it's easy. But without doing that, this is the struggle, and you can't play these areas without holding this because you're cut off, and it's going to be horrible. Because if you're cut off here, you have no anti-air that can really stop yourself from just getting bombed here. You have no artillery close enough to get their artillery. It's going to be hell. So next time I play dam from this angle, need to take K first. So, I'm going to give myself a spawn, which... This is always the part I never remember where the spawns are, unfortunately. But I feel like this is now where one of the ground spawns in, I think. Doesn't super matter, I guess. I think there's like a helicopter spawn here. And then like... I think there's like a plane spawn here. I'm just like Control-C copy-pasting, for those wondering how to set this up for yourselves. And let's put all that there. And I'm not going to bother, because I don't want to take forever doing the scripting of, like, sending a bunch of units, I think. But in the future, if I really wanted to, I'd probably, like, set up a bunch of units on, like, a constant respawn. Like I do, like... I can just do really quickly how I do it, I guess. Do it like a tag. For, like... I guess just put it in their actual spawn. You would do, like, a tag here. Sorry. Yeah, do, like, a tag here where I think the actual spawn would be. Not read for, read for. And I would go to script editor. And I would do a start node. And I would do a spawn node. Spawn unit. I would decide what unit I want to spawn. So just for sake of argument, we're just going to do... I could do it on spawn points too. So I could have just given them a red 4 spawn point. Player owner Bravo 1. Units. What was I having a lot of trouble with? Let's just pick one of the units. It's not meant to be a recreation right now. Let's say like Gorna Strelki, right? Like infinite Gorna Strelki. So they're... What the fuck are Gorna Strelki? I know I could look them up at the top of the search bar, but I'm actually curious. What are they? Okay, they're coastal. So, Gorna Strelki. Yes, with the mods. They have no mods. Okay, Gorna Strelki is just Gorna Strelki. Okay, and actually I wouldn't click this, I would click a transport with them. So I would say, I think they were coming in BTRs, right? No, because that's 7 guys. Which transport does the Gorna Strelkis come in? Must be BTR 80. With... They had an autocannon, but no grenade launcher, and let's say they're armored. Let's say they are. And I would go to cargo here, and then I would type in Gorna Strelki. Okay. And then we'll spawn them like that. Quantity, I mean, they were coming in fucking waves. They weren't coming in BTRs, but it'll just make it more interesting. So let's say there's like 5 Gorna Strelki at a time. Or 4. Let's say 4 Gorna Strelki at a time. Okay, and then we want them to, like, go to a spot. So we'll go to commands. I'm still learning this, so bear with me. Send order the units to a specified point. How do I unload? Unload command. Order ground units to unload infantry supply. Okay. Commands. Units start to follow instructions to the waypoint they're assigned to. Okay. For units, so we'll attach this to that. Missing waypoint target. Okay, I need to give him a waypoint. I'll explain this in a second. One sec. Just gonna make a waypoint. So we come over here. We're still a new object here. We make a waypoint. And we're gonna give them a building search radius. And at destination, enter random buildings. So this is just gonna be like, let's make it 300 so this circle just encompasses the whole play area. And the idea is they'll get to this waypoint, unload, and then get in random buildings and be generally annoying. Is what I want them to do. Pathway makes them aggressive, blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's call it 320. Say we go back to the script editor and now we can set up. So first you have your start node. This just like starts it. This is like the on button. Start node is active at the start of the match. So by doing a start node like this, we're saying at the start of the scenario, start doing this stuff. Then you connect it by these little corkboard strings. So yellow to yellow. You do color to color. So yellow to yellow here means now when we start the match or the play, we will spawn this unit. We will run this command here, which is spawn unit. Spawn units will spawn at red for spawn 1 tag that I made, excuse me. They will be under the control of Bravo player 1, which is the first enemy player slot. It's going to spawn 4 of them, and we've already decided they're going to be BTR 80s of Gorner Shrelky inside them. Then we take the units corkboard string, and we run it to units here. So we're saying this follow waypoint is for the units being spawned from this spawn unit node. We also need this thing to actually be turned on. So again, this is like the power node. Yellow is the power node. Think of it that way, it activates things. So we go like this, so that then after spawn unit is done, it will then chain into making follow waypoint happen for these units that are being spawned. Waypoint target is waypoint 1, which we just made, so they'll go to that waypoint I just made, is the idea. Haven't really done this before, but I think it makes sense. 4 unit, 4 groups, change priority path, whatever. Unlock command, I haven't used this before, but this is the last thing we should need to do. Do you have to wait till they get there? Hopefully this just works. Hopefully this is like after they get to the waypoint, but we'll test that. Because then once they get there, we want them to unload the Gorner Strelky. And then probably follow waypoint again. So that the Gorner Strelky, like, unloaded units get inside the buildings like I told them to. Okay, I'm just gonna test that this works. Oh, and then I want it to cycle. I want it to keep happening. Because I could do this very easily without the waypoints. I should have shown you how to do this without the waypoints. How do I make this keep happening? How do I cycle this so this happens forever? Repeat. Is there a repeat? Yeah, how do I repeat this so it happens infinitely? I'm just trying to make an infinite unit spawner that just happens forever. Yeet should know this. Yeet's good at this, I think. I know how to do a delay, but how do I repeat? 20 go to 10, yeah. Logic tab? Yeah, probably. Like how forever? Like forever. Like every minute it spawns this and it does it forever. Like every single second delay. What? No. Like I consider delay, but just more like how do I get the okay, once done, go back to the start. Yeah, I was thinking of that, man. And like spawn. Yeah, I just wanted to cycle to the start of the string of commands again, you know? At the end. I just wanted to go back to the start. Yeah, loop. I just wanted to loop, yeah. Looking for a loop. Functions? Okay, is it meant to die? No, I'm just trying to make an infinite conveyor belt. I don't need it to be based on when the unit dies. Just an infinite conveyor belt of the units keep coming. Just the simplest possible loop. So I just need, is there a loop node? I'm looking for one. Just, if I leave my game on for 24 hours, it will keep doing it forever. Waypoints are harder because they don't fire when it completes. Oh, so I need a delay here as well for when they get here to be unloaded. Yeah, also. Waypoints are untracked missions. Yeah. I don't get stuck in this too much, honestly. You can make it? Okay. To be honest, I don't want to get stuck in this for too long because I just wanted to do this shortly. So whenever it ends, it checks a trigger. Okay, what's that? Trigger would repeat. How do I do it? What is the nodes I'm looking for? Do you know offhand, or is it hard to explain? So create a trigger in the map. Okay. Trigger zone, yeah. When it completes its task. Oh, okay, dokie. So there isn't a literal loop node, but I can just do it like this. I think I get you. So basically, once they cross this trigger, and then we just have that happen infinitely. I think I get you. Adept says, Peegs, earlier when you were saying about the health and armor being high on helis is important, I just thought of this, but can't that be said of everything or no? Yeah. Yeah, the health and armor is very important on everything, yes. I won't get complex because you specifically said don't go on forever. So, yeah, absolutely. It matters a ton. It's the bread and butter of units. So let's just set that trigger there, trigger zone 1. And then we'll just do it like this. Okay, and then instead of start node, we'll do on trigger entered. So we'll get rid of the start node, so it's not like that. It's like on trigger entered by Bravo team. It'll do this again. Okay. But then, will they do this properly where they get to the waypoint, then they unload at the waypoint? Or do I need to set a tag for them to unload at? Oh no, yeah, that's a shame. So right now, that'll just do it like instantly. Do you want to start node? No, I'll just do that manually. It's way easier manually. I didn't think this would like turn into like a thing. I was just going to do it real quick. But then it got confusing. What will happen is waypoint that immediate fire unload command. So what I need to do then, the easiest way I could do that now is just do this again. If you just use tags and move orders, it wouldn't have this issue. Can I have them unload at the tag? Like if I set a tag here, tag 2, right? And I want them to unload here and push in. And I go to script editor. Can I just have not follow waypoint, just have unload command at tag, and they'll drive to that tag and then unload there? That's easier. Okay, great. Thank you, Yeet. Okay, so that should actually do what we want then, hopefully. Except they don't have commands. The problem is then, once they're there, they're not getting in buildings. Unload units. But then once they're unloaded, they'll follow the waypoint. So they'll do this after they unload. Use move transport? How do you mean? Right now, won't they go to the tag unload and then sort of unload command? Okay. Move transport. And what does that give me? What do I do with that? Move transport. Oh, okay, yeah, boom. This is everything I want, thank you. Okay, so we use move transport. We go to target tag. We give ourselves an aggro radius. Like so. I had a note about this, nice. For unit, for group. This is for units right here, okay. Transport behavior. Okay, they don't need to get in because they're already in. Units start to shoot enemies, no. Want them to stay moving. During rides, stay loaded. Oh, you can unload when engaged. If they get back in when not engaged, that's awesome, actually. And then here, unload and enter random buildings. Random radius for the unload order, that's kind of cool. Yes, so they don't all cluster on exactly the same spot. Okay, cool. Nice, and that's it. That should be all I need. But if you want to do this way simpler and all that shit, if you're like watching in the VODs or whatever, you can also just go BTR 80. Bravo player 1. This is much easier. Up armored. On the mods. Cargo. Gorn Ostrelki. And you can just like make it like this. Copy like a bunch of them. And then that waypoint we set earlier, just come here to the units. And just click target waypoint 1 and they'll go do it. Is another way you can do this. So I don't think this option lets you like cluster them out. I don't think there's any way to like spread them out so they don't all go exactly on the waypoint, which is a bit annoying when you're doing group stuff. Like they all just cluster the fuck on the waypoint, which makes the AI look really dumb. I don't know any way to fix that. I wish there could be like a little bit of dispersion on the movement or some kind of formation there. And they return to transport home. Then they can stay and fight. They can stay and fight. That's fine. We'll give them a waypoint. An aggression, that is. Anyway, that all got, like, kind of a bit much, but the point was... I just want to test my rollouts real quick with this deck. I didn't even need those guys, just kind of like, in case anyone was interested in seeing how to set up something like that. I'll probably do it later that way. But for right now, I just wanted to test my rollout. So we're going to pause and go... Let's say my goal is to play the woods to be a useful team player, but I also want to not get flanked by the right, because I'm not as worried from the left, because I'll usually put an MRAP here scouting it, and I can always pull the woods back if I see them coming around the long way, but I can't really scout this as well. Kind of your answer bit of the question, though, is having a little bit of advanced recon. Like, if I can sneak some recon early up to, like, find some spots where they're not going to get spotted by helicopters as much, like, maybe you can get away with here, that would be a very good Green Berets or a Scout Sniper spot to see shit coming and know that it's on the way. The thing is, even if it comes along the dam, you don't know it's going for here until it gets to this road. I mean, hell, can you see from here? No, sadly. Oh, this mountain spot. I rarely see the mountain tag. Does mountain count as cover? Or is it just showing you that only infantry can cross this part? Because if mountain counted as cover, that's an incredibly good recon spot. Because you're not going to get spotted from the road. That's really a good spot, actually. But I think it's just showing that it's impassable, sadly. Ah, you're good, Boofus. People always put AA there, or you can put them there. You have to be away from roads and shit that helicopters are going to run over all the time. Like, early Arsov to here would be sick. Just hide there, watch that road, and then you see them coming in there. Maybe if you place it right, you can even see up on that road, don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool, Obsidian. Doesn't really give you much advance warning. It's just like, I think you need to be here in advance. Maybe even in the woods. Because even ATGM carriers are struggling to be helpful here, because once you... You want to hold here, but you can't. It's too close to their spawn. You get bombed to hell. I guess you want ATGM carrier watching down here. And one down here. Let's start... Oh, fuck. I've got the right deck. Hang on. Last step of this to test a specific deck is we have to go to... Decks on the right. Import our deck. Apply. Then go to Team Manager. Go to Alpha Player 1, because that's us by default. And give us the Woods Crawler deck here. So whatever deck you want to use. Do that. Then go save. Then play. And now I should have my deck. There we go. Alright, pause again, so I've got all the time in the world to think about this. That's the advantage of doing single-player stuff. I can actually, in all those moments where I'd be under time pressure and I'd be encouraged to play bad, I can just pause and think about it. Now, the range we want our toes at is about a pi and a half, or... no, it's about... It's like 3/4 of a pi. Like, that's a toe carrier's range. So these woods are good, but they haven't got sight... well enough, I think. I'm not sure if they can see it on that road. Maybe? Bring a tow carrier, let's find out. You really gotta try to get on the edge, because I think it matters. There's no woods over here that can see down this road. Maybe. Not really, no. So this one will just have to be, like, chilling. What's the range here? The range where you first get the engagement is past this building. I mean, the spot. So you want a spot that's about 3/4 of a pi from there. So around here. So you want to be, like... You want to be in cover so you don't just get bombed from the left. But you want to be like here of this one, I think, just chilling. Left or right side of the road? Left so you don't get hit from the woods. So we put you here. This is the kind of shit I kind of live for. I like going into the editor because I like going, okay, I didn't like how I played in that yesterday situation. I felt overwhelmed. I couldn't think where I want to be. If I had freeze time... How would I lay out the perfect, cheap, cost-effective defense here while I go push the woods? And this is what I'm kind of thinking about now. Tow carrier. These are useless without recon, so we do need some forward recon. This building, we have some pretty tall buildings to work with. Sightlines are just really good from this one. So I probably want some recon in this building. So that I give spotting information to the tows, and I can just watch everything come in. Fighting recon would be good, because if they do decide to drive down here, I'd like to be able to kill it. So that seems like a job for either... Rangers Recon with their AT, or STTs because laser. There's two choices there. Or if I want to save the Rangers Recon for the woods, it could just be GBs. STT is good for like having a really good anti-helo spot as well. And I guess you got AT because of the toe, so I guess you'd make it STT. So let's say we have STTs here. Okay. I'm going to try to figure out how to do one-click deployments of them as well. STT's there. Okay. Oh, the thing... I need some recon. The thing is I don't want to overinvest here, but okay, one STT. The other way would be instead of STTs, you go MATV, which is cheaper. But it's gonna die. I think you want to keep recon on this spot. I think it's worth the STT. Because it risks overinvestment, but I think because this area is so hard to hold otherwise, I think it's worth it. If you can push up to here and cut the dam off, maybe the main goal of playing dam from this side shouldn't be to push the woods first, as fun as it is, but should be to bottleneck the dam. I don't know if it's like too hard, but like if you can get to here and you can actually cut the dam off with tow carriers, like it'd be really easy to have just cheap tow carriers holding this with some recon. And you can probably just make it like really hard for them to push without bombing the shit out of you. And then this player could just go somewhere else and you can just focus on the woods. So maybe the strategic goal, the strategic key of this map, it's kind of obvious, I know, but like, is holding this dam off in like a good way that isn't easily blown through. You don't have any building cover to watch it, which I think is by design. You have buildings nearby, but not on it. You'd want to hold these spots, I guess. Beam, beam. That's a bit far. But you mainly want to bottle them up here. So maybe I start pushing for that first instead. Anyway, you're not there yet, because initial rollout, they'll get there first. Initial rollout is STT here. Conservative rollout. If I wanted to overinvest, I'd put Rangers Recon here, but I want to underinvest. One recon is enough for a static defense position. And I'm intending to play the woods, so I don't need to worry about covering my left flank, because that's where my attack force should be. Although if I want to push the dam, I should be pushing here instead. So maybe I do have some like recon over here as well for that reason. This, though, you can't keep all this recon unless you have like an actual commitment in the forest is the thing. However, it's also harder to drive vehicles through here. It'd be unlikely to get pushed by a bunch of tanks there. Not impossible, but it would be unlikely. You can't ignore it, though. You've probably got to play both these areas at once if you play through here. And then you're working with this teammate to try and flank pressure through here. So maybe you just kind of have like a bunch of woods guys here, but you don't push them too much. You just kind of probe, and you actually focus your firepower here on taking this flank. I'm getting a little bit lost. The point is the rollout. So again, defending this area. Well, it changes things, because if you're actually going to focus your fight here, you don't need to defend this side. You need to push through this side. So it actually kind of changes everything. You still probably have the STTs here as anti-helo over the forest, but it kind of changes everything. If you play here, you just need to have the blocking force hold the left, which is interesting. Very interesting and different. Maybe I should look at it that way, though. That means you would change your toes, though. Your toes would be watching these roads instead. Which you actually can... You can get a toe right on the edge here. Oh, you can get two toes here. Okay, so that's an easy spot for the toe. It's very finicky positioning. I'm not sure if that toe spot's as good. If you want to get down long, it is, otherwise you guys are around the corner. Get to the dam, then clear the forest when it's cut off. Does make sense. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's kind of like River. I realized last time I looked at River, I'm playing the map in the wrong direction. I should be playing it in this direction. But, you know, you get used to a comfortable way to do something, you just do it forever. Still put SCTs here, but let's look at this again. Okay. This is probably still too good a spot as a cheap defense in case you get broken through. You can't tow from there. You can tow from here, but it's... yeah, range is not ideal, not optimal. That's kind of more your teammates' perspective there. Do you dedicated tows? Every soldier comes with 10 of them. Yeah, you got me. We can have an annoying tow here. Oh, can you shoot through those trees? That is potentially very interesting. I mean, you probably want to watch this road of a tow carrier then. maybe start this again, okay? Don't put them there. Think about, we need to defend this road and these woods, and we need to push in this direction. So let's start from the drawing board. Let's say you have, like, one MATV, one scout vehicle here. Okay, I don't want to commit my STTs here. This spot is kind of worse. You do see high ground coming, but it's worse for seeing the low ground, I think. For some reason you can't see... I think it's a bug. I think you can definitely see from here to there. So this spot is probably one of the better spots because you can see all that. And then within this range, you can see anyway. Okay. Let's say you go up here on top of the hill with an MATV. You put a tow carrier down here, a little bit further behind. Apparently we have trouble shooting through the bridge there, but it's a slim area of engagement. It shouldn't matter because your areas of engagement here are down this road. You have plenty of engagement. In fact, you can go to the left and you're fine. You don't have that problem. You just need to make sure you're not down the slope. These things, they matter. So we put you here. One tow, one MRAP watches this road. If you wanted to get extra here, you'd put AA, but maybe. This is like kind of like your problem area now, so maybe you put like one AA here as well. So let's say we roll out a mech AA to this spot, okay? For now, you can just yeah, roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. Let's go. I think you don't want to roll it out in helos anyway. You want to roll it out in Arsovs, because otherwise air tax is going to get you half the games. So we roll out an Arsov with mech AA. We get them in there. That's kind of covered. Goose says, that lower road on your side is popular for Barbies and stuff to roll down to. Exactly, yes. Like, if I was really worried about this, I would put 2 of these. And then that would really make this unlikely to be pushed. But you do run the risk, then, of over-investing in a specific area. But 2 tows would make this incredibly unlikely to be pushed down by any kind of vehicle. I think this is fine, though, just to, like, speed bump and let you know shit's coming. The goal here is not to overinvest. We're going to try not to overinvest. So that'll do. You could argue these guys are a bit clustered for being bombed, but I think it's fine. That's your defense on that left side and that road. Down these roads. You're also defending this zone from weird shit. And then over here, we need to defend the wood side. So this is more of an infantry area, but we'll want some close range AT as well, I think. So what do we deploy here? Probably like the Warpig with a mech group. So I'm going to go 1 of each, right? 6, 12, that's 18 guys. Ideally, you would deploy them in the SOAR, but that's a lot of eggs in one basket. Even for cheap guys. If I can fit 2 Warpigs into this deck, it'd be kind of cool, actually. And I could do a double rollout of 4 guys. This deck like a supply truck sucks. Bring in like a little bit first, I guess. So bring in, for this wide area, probably mech rifles. Plus mech rifles MMG. And I think if you brought that in, and then brought in like mech AA, mech NG up closer, mech AA a bit further back. Let me just place the units where I'd want them to hold this area. So I kind of don't know what the engagements here are. If that's 1,000 is half a pi, then you want like a quarter of a pi as your engagement range. So what the fuck's a quarter here? I wish this game had a proper fucking ruler, I swear to God. That's like half a pi to here to here. So this is like MMG ranges, I think. So I think you want a mech MMG in these buildings. Watching the right side as well. So you want one mech MMG there. And then you want an AT unit, which I typically want in a spot where it's not going to get seen until it gets run up on, so it gets the tanks better. So like, somewhere that has kind of shittier sightlines. But then I probably should also keep it in an area where it's gonna... everyone kind of engages at once, right? Like, you want it to be infantry pop out of here, everyone shoots them. Yeah, I'm a bit prone to it on IS fire. So maybe this spot with a mech rifle. And then later you can bring a mech AA to be like, where's a good spot for you? You're kind of like the reserve as well. I think that spot's a bit far on the right, though it does cover the rest of your forces. I mean, from that bell tower, you can probably hit any helicopter you want. So maybe in the bell tower, it also covers any infantry coming out of here. You're not really fighting with the rest, though. And then just give me like a mech NG, and that would be, I think, more enough that you don't want to commit much more here. If there was like angles for a tow, I'd say a tow, but I'm not sure there is. Maybe make NG here in like the close quarters area. Maybe in this spot. They're not really working with the mech rifles, but I think the idea is this mech MMG position can support both these squads. And then that's like a nice optimal little infantry defensive platoon there, right? You got 24 guys for 200 points. About. And they've kind of got everything you need to, like, AFK cost-effectively hold this without over-investing. So you've invested about 215 here. 50, 50, 50, 65, I think. McKenzie is 50, yeah. 215 there. You've invested 65, 60, so 125. Arsenal will go home. We're not getting the transports. I'm going to say it's like 215 there. This is 125... 65, 130, 190 here. So all up, you're spending about 400, which isn't bad. I think Clan says I've seen enough war moves to know what happens to the bell tower, yeah. If I wanted to get extra, I could put like a recon GBs here or something, but I'm not sure if I would. Maybe if you wanted to get really, really extra here, you could put GBs in this building, and then they would have the recon to see them coming first. I feel like the woods, I mean the building cover is enough though. I feel like they come out of these woods most of the time and die. Because you do risk having too much shit in one area too. Can you update this deck in your Discord? Yeah? Yeah, I can update it to what it is right now. Give me a sec. After this editor scenario, I'll do it. Remind me again. That would give you recon watching the woods, and it's a support by fire position. Because they've got the grenade launcher. But they're a bit flimsy, and I'm worried they get engaged first here. There's also potentially the concern if you have no one really, like, screening here. Would the mecha not be a bit exposed to your right side? It is, but I'm not trying to be perfect here. I'm just trying to, like, catch most attacks. This does catch most attacks. Even if they, like, come through this thin slice here. I can, like, shift over to deal with it, right? I don't want to spend too much more money here. I think this catches most shit. Most people who come through the woods here. I'm planning to push through the right side, so I don't need a big investment on the right. I need to just block here and block here. And this covers most of it. This covers most of it. You could put a GBs or an MATV just kind of like watching this area, I guess. I mean, actually, this is kind of nice. Because it's a higher building. If I put a GBs here, they will see shit coming from the left unless they come perfectly through these angles. And they should be in range to provide support by fire to the fight. So maybe you put like one extra unit here, a GBs. Where are they? Just place them. A GBs in this building. And now I have some recon and some extra support by fire. This is not clustered. Or it's pretty unclustered. It's very strong. You have, like, some weak areas. Yeah, I know, that's... Yeah, I agree. I love automation stuff like that. And that's kind of good. So the last thing here, because I think I'm ready to go play a match now. But let's say this is, like, my defensive rollout. I'm going to try to remember this and actually do it in practice. The last thing here would be... supplies. So I want to start doing a kind of rigid strategy here where whenever I deploy units, I have a supply strategy for them. In a tight urban situation like this, or in a wood situation, infantry can run... How far do you think is fair to run back for a supply dump? It needs to be far enough back that the units can get there and back in like probably 3 minutes, right? Like, decent amount of time. And it needs to be close enough that you can very much do it thoughtlessly, because I think the problem yesterday was too far away. I want a dump where it's going to be far enough away that it won't get hit by the cluster rocket arty when it hits that area. Like, because if it was just howitzers, you could just be here and it'd be fine. But I think HE rocket arty hits all of this. So I think you probably want to be like about a pi back, give or take. Half a pi, sorry. So like here I feel like we'll be fine. That's about 750 meters, I think. Inside a kilometer. I wouldn't want to go much over a kilometer. But it depends on the terrain. So say in this position, we're going to like clip a supply dump back here. Or even here. Because that way when they try to bomb the zone, it's not in range of that as well. So let's say your dump's going to be here. That's my supply dump area. The only issue with being back here is then the mech rifles don't have a very good supply dump. But I can also put another one on the side. Maybe having 2 dumps is smart. So that I have multiple places to fall back from. In advance if it turns into a fight on this zone. Like I can be pushed back to the zone, I can come back to here. Because it's got to be within walking range. And supplies don't cost upkeep. So supplies I can put all over the place and it doesn't really cost much in the long run. So let's say I clip a supply dump into this building too. And now I have 2 places I can fall back to. And I can just be going fighting and come back and go, okay, click, shift click the dump, shift click back to your building, shift click the dump, shift click back to your building. You know, and if one gets blown up, I have another one. This is probably how we defend this area. Dashgi says, if you set a supply dump door only here, would it still explode? Yes, you can't take the ammo out and just have it have medicine, but that's a great idea, I do like that. That's an intuitive idea, I like the way you put that. And if I don't like this GB's position, I could always just put them here. Watching like that. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. No, it doesn't. But it's still good to go in with a plan. I like this idea here, I think. So, this comes after air tax, so I need to have like a very cheap air tax. As you can see, because we're down to 175, and that's not including transports. Once you include the transports, this rollout is harder to do. I could do a delayed air tax and come in after. Because that's going to be 50 Warpig for 40. So that's 90. I need more Warpigs. I need more Warpigs to roll this out better. Let's say I had 2 Warpigs in the deck. Let's go and try and fit that in. That gives me 80 cost of transport here, which is very affordable. And then I just need to pay something for the GBs, which I can afford. So I need about $1,000 to roll this out. And then I'm going to get refunded 50, 80, 30, so 110. Let's say 130. Let's say I get refunded about 150 when all this comes back to base. So I've deployed about 1,000 here to watch all this area. Around 900, 850. What do you guys think? Give me your thoughts on this defensive plan for Dam. And in general, like, I can probably roll out the same kinds of units in other maps. I think the biggest core thing here is these 2 units. Going, okay, for wider areas, we send an MATV, a Mech AA, and a tow carrier. And for closer areas, we send, I don't think we need the SCTs here with all this in mind, but we send, like, you know, maybe a couple of recon units, like 200 of that, and then, like, 1 mech platoon of 1 of each mech type. Should have 1 unit on the point. Maybe one of the units we send is an M113 then or something? I don't know. I think vehicles are good at that job. I think if I ever play against Beagle and they pump that suburb big time, yeah, but that I'm trying to kind of spread out here so you don't know where to go exactly. Unless you literally know, like, my exact buildings. Like, I wouldn't mind being a little bit more spread. Like, if this building wasn't there, I'd have these guys here. But I mean, that position still works. Can the machine gun hit the woods? Yeah, the machine gun can hit the woods. This position still works. It kind of guards here better. You can't expect the 2 400-meter range rifle squads to always be in concert. But as long as the MMG is covering both of them, I think it's fine. If they could hit over this damn building to there, it'd be a perfect position. MTV be close to the objective, might get pushed a lot. The MTV over here. I mean, you could always just shift the MMG to the other building as well. Or even put the MMG here. Nah, it's kind of a worse spot. But yeah, these are like micro details, right? Tiny details. That makes me a little bit less napalmable, though, it does. Especially if the GBs weren't here, which are kind of superfluous. But they do provide some recon down the road into the woods and give us a nice fire position. But this could easily be another mech MMG here as well. Yeah, as Sakar says, doesn't need to be enough to hold by itself, just enough to stop the opponent from rolling over, that's right. But I have to be pushing an attack force down here, so that's where my initial fighting recon goes as well. So if they're fast, all the best lane plans of Mice and Men gets rolled over here. I think you bring this in afterwards, because the plan is to stop a slow push through the woods. I think my initial rollout remains like fighting recon on my attack vector, and then we bring in this force after. The main takeaway from this, to not stay rigid, is going, this unit of one of each mech is a good defensive force combined with some recon. Anyway, all that said, I'm happy to like go play a match, I think. But I like that plan. I'm going to start queuing. I'm going to update my deck if someone wanted. I'm going to write that down as well. So my plan here is MRAP plus Toe plus Mech AA. And my other plan is Mech Platoon, which just means one of each mech, plus GB STT, watching each flank, plus supplies. But the idea for this is against what? Armored Barracks MP is just kind of meant to be a speed bump force against anything. Attila says, I think you need AT. Barb's tanks are the most likely thing to walk out of those was not infantry. Yeah, we've got like 2 units with some AT, but we just don't have expensive AT in this deck. And it's a bit hard to get tow carriers down there. I think if I see guards armored coming through those woods, I either shift Rangers Moors into those woods, or I put tow carriers in spots, or I bring a helicopter. I think you just need to see it coming at that point and bring a helicopter. Yeah, that's right, the low bandwidth. The point of it is to not really pay attention to it, that's right. The point of it is not to hold all attacks, because that way lies madness, you can't do that. The point of it is to be a speed bump that slows them down while we get a defensive force, quick reaction force in place. And you gotta come in with helicopter transports and gunships to support that. I want to put my current updated Woods Crawlers in there, although... Hang on, I want to get one more War Pig in here first. How do I fit one more War Pig? I need to cut something. If I cut an Arself, we're good. And then I have, like, a bunch in here, right? Okay, I only have 4 now, which 5 felt better, but hey, you could always cut a Little Bird. Or 2, couldn't you? Yeah, you can cut a Little Bird. Maybe go to 3 Little Birds, because I do feel like that's enough. And then go more Arself heavy. I mean, hell, you could go to 2, but no, you can't. Okay. Yeah, go to 3. And then you have 5 Arsov, 2 War Pig for a quick rollout. You'd use trucks for this, but this deck has no trucks. So we need the War Pigs to act as troop trucks. And then we're kind of good, I think. Let me export this as asked. Best laid plans of Mice and Men. I may not even play this deck now. We'll see. Tweaked a few things. Dropped a SEP. Added more War Pigs and Green Berets. Diversified the mech squads to be used as AFK defenders. Alright. So that's there now if you want it in the thread. War Pig very perfect with the strat. That's right! We are the War Pigs. Now I'm going to queue. Now all that's going to go out the window in a pressure situation, so... The best time to set that up, that neatly, is in the editor. The second best time is in Phase 1, where I'm not pressured. I'm going to try to not get into as intense fights in Phase 1, and I'm going to try to focus on the good stuff. And one of the things I'm going to try to do, today, like I said, is if I have infantry defending or fighting in an area, I'm going to consider them not properly covered if they do not have a supply dump within a kilometer to walk to. Because I think otherwise, the game of keeping all your infantry squads refed all the time is really hard. With vehicles, it's different, because vehicles can just drive down the road on their own. You can pull out, they can just drive off, go hide in the back, go resupply, come back. Infantry need a nearby dump, or they need you to be just doing crazy, like, supply micro on them all the time. So, like, if it's your main focus is just that infantry platoon, then yeah, you could just resupply them, but for AFK guys especially, I need to have a nearby dump that is safe. Everything I should do is try to actually commit to memory, how the fuck does the supply clipping directions work? Because that shit helps a lot. If it says, don't we want to give the War Pigs those sweet Ranger LGLs? I don't think we can afford it. I also just want to use them as transports, but... we also can't afford it. But I just want to use these as transport. I don't even want them in my deck. I want ourselves for actual, like, anywhere near the line kind of transports. I just want these guys for cheap trucks. You have 10, give 50. I don't want to give them 50. I want these things to bring guys to the front line and then drive home so they're ready to bring more guys. Rick says everything should be easily shift queuable. Yes. Yes, exactly. Everything needs to be very easily shift queuable so you can be the StarCraft person. Like, when they play StarCraft, they don't go back to their base to get more Marines and then go, okay, I need the Marines to get inside the dropship, fly over here to this apartment block, get out, resupply, get back in the dropship, and then come back over and unload. No, they just go back to barracks, click, 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 10 more Marines, go back to the fight. That is what I need to be doing with my micro macros. I need to be recognizing, especially at like what's the word? At a intense level of play in the harder matches I've played, there is very much a macro component to this game. It may not seem like it because there's no base building and there's no resource gathering, but the macro element of this game is administration. The high-speed logistical gameplay is very much an important part of this game because you need to keep your troops cycling and resupplied or you run out of guys to fight with. Especially of infantry. Does heli supply still work for clipping? Yeah, it's more finicky though, because helicopters don't like to land directly on the point you gave them. So you kind of have to go and babysit them. But then you have to do it with trucks too, I guess. I think if I could get good with it with helos, like, I think you need to click a little bit in front of the building with an unload order, and then it'll work. I don't know. I just says, I love high-speed logistical gameplay as a phrase. It's what we're doing! Alright. Now, having said all that, I wouldn't mind opening up with Chadley's just to, like, ease myself in a bit. Where are we going? We're going to Suwalki. You're going to Suwalki, motherfucker. Oh, that sucks, Pleika. Chadley's? Let's play Chadley's. Competitive Pigage. I haven't played Boxers in a while. I should play Boxers more. I'm going to try to play the style here again where I take zones and then hand them over to people. Because I think that works best with this deck. I also have a banana I gotta eat after this match. Alright, let's do what we can. So I'm not gonna assign myself a spot yet because my plan is to make breakthroughs and then go somewhere else. So I want to encourage them. Like, I'm actually thinking I'm probably going to get an A first, but I want to encourage them to take the line. I think sometimes when you place your marker somewhere, that, you know, obviously everyone's going to go, oh, I won't go there. Although most of the time when I do that, I just go there anyway. But you know what I mean. Guards armored, coastal. Okay. And we are armored, flimsy, armored marines. Okay. So, no immediate rollout. Patriots out immediately, though. Patriots get out immediately. Double Patriot, please. Eagle. Do I go 2 Eagles at once, or do I bring them in one after the other? I don't know. When there isn't much air tax... Four is not a lot of interceptors. You should communicate your intent to take and not hold. I will once I get rolling.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Air defense ready for action. Cargo truck ready. Eagle ready. Radar activated. Looking for contacts.
Okay, we're trying to see how many we're facing here.
Target locked. Engaging. Tally ho!
Get the nuke, get the nuke, get the nuke, get the nuke. Oh. Did the nuke get off? I don't know.
Need supplies? Anti-aircraft standing by. Logi here, send traffic. End of the line. All out, please.
We came out even there because they tried the nuke. What's up, Milo? How you doing?
Fly truck ready to transport.
Kind of saved us because we lost against the air war because we had even fighters, but then everybody focused the nuke, or I focused the nuke. But also we kind of come out alright in kill score at least because we got the nuke. Okay, Jinyan's playing armor deck. Okay, cool. You're playing the same combo as me, air armor. Oh my god, that airdrop. Alright, I'm gonna go right. So let's get our starters out. I'm going to send Greagle to just go and see what they put here, because I'm a bit late. Let's get this out here. I should have done this immediately before. You know what? Send this drone over here and just make sure they haven't got anything in these woods, because if I was them, I'd be annoying here at an early rollout. And then let's get some, like, some of this. Some of this.
Moving out. Roger. Moving out.
And some of this.
Copy. Relocating.
And Bradley's. Probably drop some snipers off down here. And then more as we get money for it.
Pedal to the metal.
Which one's going up the road? Okay, I'm going to send you on the big drive, as it were. And I think you want to get to, like, maybe here. You can see planes. You can kind of see the road. Not very well, but you can kind of see the road. There's not really, like, a better spot to get closer, I think. Maybe here.
Check.
Here you might, like, miss stuff, I think. But here you'll probably see it coming.
Good copy.
Right there. Enemy recon spotted. Where? Okay, we got it. Let's call in some more shit.
Waypoint updated.
I don't think I bring Thunderbolts to this fight. I need to Scepter-Bully that.
Humvee awaiting.
I also need to make sure I cap all this shit. So,
Wilco.
what have I got?
Roger.
Let's get mech here. All that shit we just talked about, the mech rollout, let's do some of it here. So I haven't got the other squads in this, which I might change this deck up later.
Copy.
But let's get some of this here. I won't push A yet. Don't think it's worth.
Fire director, ready.
Eagle says we're clear here.
Cloud and shadow. Changing grid. 5x5.
Do a little drive-by. Okay, so we got some of that. Cornet team, okay. Boomerang, so it's mech moto here. I mean guards and mech. Verstanden there. And they're digging the fuck in. GRU over here, okay. Give me a spot that's like a kilometer back, so like... Honestly, if I could get it in... I think GRU is approaching so I can't get it in there, so just go low.
New flight plan received.
Dump here.
Out, go, go, go. Heading to FARP.
It's the best we're gonna get.
There now. Everybody out. Chalks on the deck.
If you need to stop those GRU. Greagle, yep, Greagle deaded.
Moving out. Maximum power.
Let's move.
Aircraft team standing by. Infantry here.
There's good spots. I really need to get more Mech MGs in my decks.
Heading there. Copy. We take that building.
You want good fullback spots. You want, like, do fullback easily, I think.
Landing assistance team. What can I do for you? Ready for action.
So So this mech AA can go... This little mech AA can go here to market. And we got push. We got push on us.
Check that building. Establish a base of fire in that building. Rock up, we're moving.
Where are you going? You're going there. Okay, so you want to go to, like,
Shut up and let's go.
here.
Need a helicopter down?
You go in there, so...
A base of fire in that building. Infantry ready for action.
Here, and I'm gonna need AT because they're, like, very mechy.
Get in that building.
It's gonna be hard to hold this, honestly, without some vehicles of my own, but that's why we're gonna bring in vehicles of my own. That's a whole lot of shit that needs to be set bullied, I think. I'm gonna bring in Sep. Gotta watch out for the Spence Lance JRU, of course. Snipers, we will move you up.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
We'll try to get you in these buildings. Is your getting pushed? I don't know. Did they put these guys here? I think they just drove around the road here. Did you ever implement the pig and wolf sound effects? No, I never did. Oh, this scout's getting pushed, yeah.
Under fire. Get us
Rippo.
out of here. Air defense here.
This should reposition before it gets in trouble.
Roger, moving to next waypoint.
Just come and hide down here, and then when you're needed, you can pop up.
Enemy under fire.
Run, motherfucker!
Keep driving. Punch it, full speed. Move the fuck out, driver. Full speed. Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Move forward. Roger, moving out.
I haven't got any recon at the moment.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I have some, I need more. Need Humvees on hold fire. Yeah, no.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
This one, maybe.
Waiting orders. Roger.
It's nice. I might want to come help with this. I don't know. No, I'll just get my tanks in, I think. I think get like a pair of Seps early. And then like a Shorad.
Solid copy.
Be a good start here. And then we'll just go bully all these guys with the Seps is my plan. And try to take and hold J. Move the mech up for that.
Already there.
Obviously, my big problem here is if I lose the Seps.
Combat ready. Reconnaissance standing by.
If I can afford to, I'd like to leave the CFE here. It wasn't even in the woods. Fucking hell.
Combat patrol underway.
Whoops. So then I can get like a flanking helper. Also keeps vision up on this side, which is nice.
Pedal to the metal.
We got transport helos here. We got an AA piece there. Maybe send 2 jeeps next time and have 1 here. Big airdrops, my goodness. Huge airdrops.
Roger.
Come up. Let's get Humvees in a Nazi spot. Yeah, I like it, eh? We can see everything they're bringing in.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Okay, K-16. I don't think this is the full-on boomerang, but they are pushing shit up on me. Their GRU is going to get first shot on me, so these guys are going to take losses quickly. They're just a speed bump. They won't win their own, as seen. So now these guys want to fall back, go heal, and then come back in the fight.
Moving as ordered. Get in that building. Set up.
I like to pull some guys back, I think, with that in mind. These guys are not meant to hold on their own. We're beginning here with these guys. Let me bring it in. Another CFV. And I think I start probing here with CFV. The other thing is mortar, actually. My big loss here is I haven't gone for the mortars. Or even ITs. ITs would be kicking ass here. Kicking big ass. Mistake. IT would be the way here. IT would go crazy.
Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir.
But, you know,
Driver.
it is what it is, isn't it?
Throttle.
As it is, I want to start bullying these guys with the trophy.
Coordinates.
Okay.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Heavy armor is on the field. Anti-aircraft standing by. Moving out. Move backwards. Back
We give them little shots, and then we... Oh, God. We back off.
Full stop, driver. Back up, back up.
We give them little shots, and we back off, and we just be annoying.
Full stop.
gotta get out. Now I gotta keep moving because they will bomb the spot, obviously. Especially with cruise missiles. But I'm not sure they've got anything to stop me now. I think I can just sit here. The Patriots? Oh, I forgot I had the Patriots. No wonder I haven't got any money. I need to bring them over here, actually. I'll refund them and bring them over later. Oh, they're back in the spot. So we're down an APS charge, but we get 4 of them, so it's fine. This is the job that a mortar could be doing, though. Okay, out they get again. Oh, catch it on the move, catch it on the move. Bring in the ITs. Okay, they're going to move. Alright. There we go. And one more time. Okay, and there comes the attack helo, so now we need to shoot it down, because of course they're going to bring an attack helo, because I'm pissing them off with a tank. At this point, down a smoke and an APS, you can go back, come and chill, and we can bring the next tank in. Fuck your helicopter! Oh, come on, fuck your helicopter. Helicopter gets away, annoying. We should reposition, for obvious reasons.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Okay, and then over here, bit of an issue, but I need to push J because, like, I didn't notice it on my micro fun time. But it's kind of go time.
Target coordinates received. Engage.
It's kind of time to push.
Infantry at your command.
Now, I'm pretty sure they have, like, recon and infantry here. Right, yeah, the right side's about to get a bit fucked up.
Ready for action. Popping smoke. Driver, backwards. Reconnaissance is good to go.
I don't really have time to worry about that too much right now.
Heavy cab, ready to roll. Copy. Relocating.
Okay, so I need you to start bounding up,
Roger.
as said.
Inland Abrams here. We're in combat. Pedal to the metal.
Let's get pushing!
We're on the move.
Try not to cluster.
Heavy cab in combat. Moving there now. Abrams here. We're engaged. Driver full shot. Stinger team ready.
Multiple ATGMs.
Backwards. Backwards. Passes out. Driver backwards. Heavy cab engaged in combat. Get those tracks moving. Heavy armory.
Clear this out. Hopefully that's the last unit they got on the point here.
Forward.
I would like to think.
Ready. Abrams ready to roll. Armor moving out.
Some bullshit coming down the road. That's the zone, yep.
We're combat ready.
Oh, I gotta watch out for the ATGMs again.
Moving as ordered.
That's a K-17. It's got the double ATGMs. Luckily, they don't get lost on me, so they're not going to get it. We've got one APS charge left. Watch out for cruise missiles and smoke. Nice. Eat, eat, eat.
Humvee ready.
So getting fucked up over here, unfortunately.
Abrams warmed up.
Kill.
Ready to go. Armored
Gunner, heat PC.
full stop, driver.
Alright, and now I think we want to fuck off. Go resupply.
Copy. Relocating. Rolling. Perfect spot for sniping.
And, honestly, call it a successful day there and move infantry up to guard our next gains. Maybe commit another unit of mech infantry here. Arty time. Yeah, sorry. Good call. Arty time. We need to move our recon up. Never move these guys up, but it's time, I think.
Infantry ready for combat.
So let's start moving some of this shit up.
Secure. Stinger team standing by. Get your asses in that building. The hunt is open.
Let's go.
Copy. We take that building. Get in that building. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire.
Future page repositioned. I just refunded them. When I start getting jetted, I'll do that. But right now I'm not really getting jetted, so it's fine. There's also guys on my right I need to deal with. Let's send the Greagle. Because that's not good.
They shoot.
We get like a bit of supply over here.
Looking for targets. defense.
Maybe you bring in some more mechies.
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
Oh no, they see you.
There. We need to
Run! You can't run fast enough!
move. Find some cover. Switching position.
Oh, you're getting spotted.
Ready to rain down death. We need to move. Humvee here. Go ahead.
Which building were they in? That one.
Fire director reporting in. Move.
First time it's got in the smoke. I know. That means they have recon in this tree line, I think.
Make way. Fire and maneuver.
So I'm gonna send you up here.
Inland Abrams ready for action. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
What am I doing? I need to get my infantry up. Man to the ratio. What a great word. Bring in mech rifle. Oh, I have an AGL team I could have brought up. Bring in mech rifle, AGL, and tow. Tow. That's dead. Fuck.
Nothing gonna get in our way.
Airborne.
Copy that.
Bring those in.
For targets. In the big hole now. We gotta move. Hunters of gunmen here. Snipers standing by.
The recon doesn't extend to those woods too good.
Let's hide in there. Moving quietly.
Where'd I target? Here.
We're on the move.
Laser on. I think I should send one of these guys over here too. Gotta clear those woods out. So we're just gonna do some of this. That's who got me. That is who got me.
Total artillery ready.
So go over here and then we'll hit them. I actually remember them. Remember they were there before, but I forgot.
Sniper team standing by.
That's who spotted my snipers in this position.
We're the finger of God. Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
You need to back off. And come resupply and then come back.
Vehicle standing by. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
And those trucks here yet? They're getting here.
Check out this Rooster Cruiser they gave me. Big road is ours.
Let's get up to here. So next flight should be around here.
Moving out.
Move straight up the hill with F push. Yeah, when we go in, I'm probably not going to go in for a few more minutes. But when we go in, yes.
Already there.
I do really want to worry about
Roger. Moving in next
the scouts
waypoint.
in here.
Solid copy. Advance and report. Search and destroy. Moving there now.
Now, they should not be having a good time in there, so I should be able to move up now.
Building.
I would like a little supply dump over here, I think.
NOE flight.
How's the game going? We're losing on kills, get up on territory. So something I gotta consider is that.
Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Deploying troops. Bumping up.
I need to be doing more.
Road again.
Get my ITs and help kill some other shit where needed. Like, no one's hitting that right now. Okay, that's getting hit. We got no laser for that, so bombing them is pointless. Just be more aggressive here, I think.
Heavy cavalry.
Which means it's time to push up again.
Pedal to the metal. Air defense here. Roger. Moving out. What are you waiting for? Drive. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
I need to get in those woods and clear the GRU out.
Logistics ready. Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. I want a base of fire in that building. Rolling on double nickel. Put that hammer down.
Let's get the supplies in there.
Moving a new fighting position. Logi here, send traffic. Big road is
And the
ours.
supplies in...
That's a
maybe
big
here.
ship
You
full
get out.
moving. Anti-tank
You get in
team,
there.
at your orders. Like a rocket sled on rail.
Let's have a mech rifle over here.
In that building. Ken Roger.
Maybe an AGL in here.
Check out this Rooster Cruiser they gave me.
Watch it, they're trying to ATGM your poor little truck.
Four, we're moving. Looks like we got us a convoy. AT specialists at your disposal. Infantry here, standing by.
Got another tow. Probably go where? Probably a tow over here.
Get in our way.
And an airborne there, and that works. Okay.
Cavalry ready for action.
they GRU AT? I didn't mean to, like, do this quite so hard. Okay, they should be out now. They should only get 3. So they can't really hurt us anymore. Where are you going? What the fuck? No. No, fuckhead. Bring up the other one. Because that one needs a little break now. more hell yeah drops, hell yeah. Rather than going to A, where they're expecting my defenses, why don't we probe this direction? Holy shit, the Rangers are just like going in. What the fuck? The Rangers are just like going in! Holy shit! That's fucking crazy! Let's definitely get over here and help. That's kind of fucking crazy, man.
This is our new hiding place. Move your asses, maggots! Get your asses in that building!
Good go.
Recon vehicle is good to go.
Your gameplay just been throwing troops in a line to be throwing troops. That's interesting. They are doing Rangers, man.
Bring us there in 10 seconds.
Let's help.
Moving to shooting position.
Bring the other sap and let's come in at the same time.
Combat ready.
We'll leave this as like our static defense now, I think. Probably need to replace that, personally.
Reconnaissance. Ready for
Cool, kill the GRU. Kill that!
fire.
Get in here and help with all this.
Armor moving out. Heavy cav is on the field. Roger.
Let's give him some support. Watch out for helicopters, though. Gunner! Sabo! Fire!
Get that engine.
Don't let him get away.
Get those traps moving.
Forward! Forward! Fast! Fast! Sabo! Up! Hey! Let's fucking go. One more shot. Gunner! Sabo! T80! Front! Target down. That's in range of something that needs to die.
Snipers here.
Woo! Gunner! Holy shit, I just shit my pants. Okay, where's the SHORAD?
Good copy. Next waypoint.
Let's get out of there before we get nuked. We've done our job, we've got them in. We can back off a bit.
Copy.
Find somewhere else to go.
Heavy armor is on the field. Pedal to the middle.
Oh! Gunner! T-72s!
Heavy cav. Ready to roll.
Front! Fucking loads of them!
Armed up and ready to go. Driver, move forward. Search and
Get the Bradley online.
recon vehicle standing by.
Gunner, ship boxes ahead.
Driver, move out. Entry good to go.
They're trying to push me.
Abrams, ready to roll. Driver,
One of you goes in.
friendly fighting vehicle reporting in.
Oh, I should have kept going to the recon, Brad. The recon Brad could see through the smoke.
Moving engaged.
Had the best chance of killing that fucker.
Driving to coordinates.
You go home and heal and then come back. Us two, though, I think we want to come over and help with this shit. Next target! These fuckers.
Targets with direct fire. Air defense standing by.
I'm gonna get some resupply over here.
Heavy cav ready to run.
Shit!
Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir. Back pedal, driver. Smoke screen.
Ah!
Your eyes and ears.
Oh, that one got intercepted just in time.
Move out. Heavy cavalry ready for action.
Oh, you're getting fucked up by something I can't see. These fuckers stole my... I need to not let allies take my supplies.
Ready to roll.
Fuckers stole my supplies.
Bring us there in 10 seconds.
Save up!
Right here. Combat ready.
Okay, we're good. Tanks are coming. I have smoke. We're gonna use the smoke to escape after we kill this Resvedka.
Armor is rolling out.
No, they took the zone back.
To coordinates.
Shorehead's killing it, though. Rock really on the right. No good.
Abrams warmed up and ready to go. For Oscar Mike. Bradley ready for combat.
Out of smoke.
Drive.
Shorehead's killing that shitbox.
Copy. Relocating. Air defense in combat. Send your orders.
Oh god.
Armor moving out. We're done here. RTV.
They be spamming that area.
Engaged.
I think I got hit in the woods there before, so I'm gonna come this way.
Rolling out.
Where's my damn helicopter? Did I just not pull another one in? More helicopter, more supply.
Next waypoint received. Sniper team reporting in.
Target! Fuck that shit. Fucking cord's hitting me.
To the metal. Sniper's ready.
Fuck. Hang on.
Already there. Give me a target.
Lays the BTRs. Fuck him up.
Shooting position.
Didn't I put a tow here? I guess it died. Oh god.
Placement.
We'll be back.
Friendly fighting vehicle. At your orders. Solid copy. Moving out.
The airborne dial, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, doing a big push. It's not quite Strike Eagle time, but it's close.
Underway. Go, go, go.
We should be able to resist this. We should have what we need to resist this.
M1 Abrams ready for action. Driver, move.
Losing guys on the right too.
Black Hawk ready. Artillery available, sir.
Artillery. That's probably Strike Eagle time.
Alert.
Inbound.
That's Strike Eagle time, yeah.
Ready, pickle.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. They've backed off. You gotta wait and see. Lost the sniper too, damn.
By. Your eyes and ears, sir. Moving as
Right there.
pickle button. Hot and ready.
New 2.00 donation
Fuck.
from U3. Hello, Bagel.
Hello.
I made a SOF deck that fits my very heavily recon-skewed skill set. That means I pay much less attention to the front line. But
Yeah?
I still manage to get shit done.
That's good, man.
I was the games today.
Oh, a bit busy right now. Hang on. Fuck, I went long ways. Probably shouldn't have done that. Bombs away still. Good run. Good run. Get out of there, man. We appreciate it, but no! Hard run to awesome for there. I need you back in the spot. I need my tanks up here supporting. It went too deep. Yeah. That run went too deep. Get these guys up here. And I gotta get that pilot out. Those pilots, sorry, that's a pair of pilots. Hit this thing while I can. Bitch. Express both squads. They're trying to like flashbang me, fuck you. Hit them. CP, help us! We need the damn tank support, man! Destroyed! Where the fuck were you guys? Get up here! Gunner, load heat! Building! Fire! Target's destroyed! But we are losing so hard on kill score.
Mission's over. We're out.
Nick, finish that off. Okay, Matt, come in to heal and get back in your positions.
We take that building. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Rolling.
You should have forced A, probably. I need to replenish all the shit I lost. I was thinking I need to get back over here and help.
Cabin's on the field.
On F again.
Make way.
Let's replenish all the shit I lost, because we're doing work here.
We're the AA.
Holding this thing. Holding this, I think.
At your command.
That's fine, leave that to do what it's doing.
Humvee standing by.
IT should have been healing, that's a mistake of mine here. IT should have been healing this whole time. I mean, not healing, you know what I mean? Rearming.
Artillery at your command, sir.
We get a bit of this in, but then we need to move and resupply.
Charge delivery underway. Roger. Moving out. Roger. Moving out.
Come here, come here.
Run them over. Sweeping area.
Bring in more trucks of more mech.
Artillery relocating.
More mech, more tow. Come up.
Solid copy. Advance and report.
Airborne. Okay, come up. I think my mech platoon did the good job of being a speed bump though, right? Felt good. Oh, these guys are coming in though.
Driver, move forward. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Driving to coordinates.
Let's try and push up the side, but I need to get some more damn snipers on the right. Just for now, fill it in with this. I need to get snipers on the right. Oh, they're pushing again too, the fuckers.
Anti-aircraft team standing by. Moving in
That's gonna need an Apache, I think.
On ass, we're moving. Already there.
Double Metis! Oh shit! Quadruple Metis!
Armor, moving out. Abrams team.
Good fucking lord!
Right here. Recon vehicle, ready for action. Driver,
Just fucking shoot it!
recon vehicle taking fire over here. Infantry ready for combat.
Okay, I've got problems on both sides here. If I stop watching them, they're gonna get cruise missiled.
Apache standing by.
That is a lot of shit though. Okay, we gotta come back now, I think. They did a good, like, double push there. The fact that they're back already is gonna make this hard for me.
Flying under radars. Roger that. Sweeping the area. Setting up an attack pattern. Troops in combat.
Okay, they can push that. It's kind of bad time for them to push that, so which is the only thing that works for me here. Ouch.
Artillery ready to fire.
I need ITs back on station.
Combat patrol underway. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Going hot.
So my defenses were good, but maybe I needed to stick around till I healed them. But I think it was good that I went to help B, so I don't know. I
Roger. We're on
think you need to come and heal.
M1 Abrams ready for
And we just spread like tank, and then go forward.
Apache on the wall.
Apache ain't done nothing yet. No, I'm just doing this so that it doesn't loiter there when I forget about it. Bounty is the idea.
5 by 5. Lining up for attack. Copy that.
Need to check for their recon around here too.
Humvee reporting in. Heavy cav.
Shit, I got him on my side.
Flyby attack initiated. Heavy cav. Ready to
Watch the flank. We're good.
make way. Bring us there in 10
Sure, I'd back here. Okay, I got my troopers.
like a rocket sled on rail. Roger. Engage and destroy.
Okay, and that's our cue to get out of there for a bit.
Need supplies? Apache copies.
Pre-flare. Please, please live.
Fire and maneuver.
Takes so long to get over fucking forest. See, flying low that gets me killed, unfortunately. Oh shit. Fuck! So you gotta pay attention to these things. Alligator, dead set. Flying low gets me killed there because it just like tries to like struggle climb over the forest, which sucks.
Friendly light vehicle ready.
Sucks a lot.
Cargo truck ready.
It's a hard push from here, I think. It's a pretty hard push to take this back. I probably should have stuck around till I was redone, rearmed. Pull in a replacement SEP. Do I have APCs? Kind of. This is probably the time for a big push. Like an overwhelming push onto A. Because this is probably like, I haven't really pressured Maroon, I've been pressuring Bravo. So this is probably their time to like get punched in the fucking face. Yeah, they're gonna do this to me. Ow. That's gonna die. I need to like punch them in the face and teach them a lesson here. And try to take advantage because it's the end of the match, so I gotta do something. That's no good. ITs take like 10 fucking minutes to rearm, man. I have no recon on this side, which isn't ideal.
Infantry here. Standing by. Heavy armor is on the field.
I'm a bit fucking clustered too, which I don't like. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Fire in that building.
It is what it is, Maxing.
Friendly fighting vehicle. At your orders.
You guys need to get down here and just go in. Because I'm gonna forget about you otherwise.
Fighting vehicle ready. Search and destroy.
We're at max charges trophy, let's get in there. Team B is about to eat a grad shack? Probably, but I can't worry about my Team B anymore. I gotta push for A. I gotta flip zones. Because we're behind as well. There's guys in there, I know it. I just gotta drive up and see them.
Shooting position.
He's gonna see you real soon!
Metal to the metal. Moving out.
Ah, this unit wasn't meant to be going backwards. Die, GRU.
Armor is rolling out. Solid copy. Moving out.
Get tusked.
Reporting in. Get in that building. Infantry at your orders. Hostiles.
Target! T-72! Fire! Reset so I get the better tank here, the better, you know what I mean? Better engagement. Okay, that shit's over.
Next target. Full stop. Moving to contact. Target identified. Fire.
They're gonna hit me again. I've got the better cannon, I got better armor, I got the better everything. I fucked that thing up. I fucked that thing.
Moving as ordered. Inland Abrams warmed up and ready to go. Counter-engage target. Combat initiated.
Sabo, let's go! Okay, we're seeing in Brads from the side. Destroyed.
Coordinates.
Push, motherfucker! Push, push, push! Actually, you hold it. You hold there. You gotta hold the zone.
Brad here. We're combat ready.
Where me sure at up. Where me sure at up.
Bradley fighting vehicle reporting in. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. Gas.
Sure at it. Let's go. Push! Let's see how much this bully's got on A. After all this pressure on me.
That's your command. Logi here, send traffic. Shift is over. Heading back to base.
Oh shit, we got a bit. We're good. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Standing by. Sweeping area.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Where's my recept? Get it the fuck up here. Mistake. That needs to be up here.
Bradley, ready for action.
GL team. Suppress their GL team. Bradley's. Hit the fuck out of this. The tank's firing while it's resupplying.
Ready for action.
Let's go! Try to keep my units alive as much as I can.
Good copy.
Move around a bit before I get cruise missile again.
Bradley fighting vehicle standing by.
Everybody move up if we can.
Abrams here. We're combat ready.
Hello, fucko.
No party without
IT on that building. Let's go.
fast as your dumb. Fire director.
Come give me lays, Humvee.
Team under fire. What are your orders? Get the fuck out. Move. Move your asses. Mobile artillery reporting in.
Move again.
Relocating.
Push, 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 push. Very good. All right.
Cav is on the field.
Trophies down the road on the left. Let's go help F. Infantry here needs supply quickly.
Combat patrol underway.
Couple of dumps.
Bradley, ready for combat. Already there.
All the hurt units should come back and get resupplied.
Vehicle standing by. Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Moving there now. Already there. Infantry, ready for action. Fit for fight.
Come and get yourself some supplies.
We take that building. Roger.
New 2.00
Okay, we need it over here
donation
still.
from Okea.
Tracks moving.
Please donate some of your micro skill to me.
Thank you.
Putting chalk on the ground.
We just got a little bit of you just gotta get in the character, right? You just gotta be shouting the gunner commands and everything's fine.
Copy. Relocating.
This is a problem though. This is a big problem. Ah! The micro skill has dried up.
Heavy armor.
But I will be trying to hit tanks through here.
Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes.
Get low, motherfucker! To the window, to the wall!
Black Hawk report.
Oh god! Lucky rolls in the shoreheads today.
Heavy cavalry ready for action. Solid copy. Moving out. Inland Abrams.
M2's hitting the grad while we hit the tank. I love it.
Forward.
Down the road, flank these motherfuckers.
Brad here.
Okay, now I want you doing this and then pushing up, I think.
Infantry here. Troops in combat. I want a base of fire in that building. Get your asses in that building. Heavy cav.
Watch it, the drone's hitting me, but we're hitting their shorehead. Look out!
Brad here. Armor moving out.
Where's my shorehead at? Radar on. Target spotted.
Landing assistance. What can I do for you?
Oh, look at that dump!
Armor is on the field.
Oh, look at that shit!
Move out.
Hang on.
Heavy cav.
M2 this fucking alligator because it's being annoying, as alligators always are.
Abrams
Die, motherfucker! Get tossed, goddamn you! Why won't you die? You can't M2 helicopters that fucking defended. That's better. Hit that fucker. Die, motherfucker! Out of smokes. Those of you out of smoke should not push up. Those of you who are fine, gunner, fucking heat and make it your favorite shell. No, you meant to hit the dump, motherfucker. Hit the dump. I said your favorite shell. That's a bit better. Hey, it got away with it. What the fuck? This is bullshit. You're meant to get away. Destroyed. Nice shot on the move. Targets in the open. Destroy them. There is infantry on that point. We are artillerying it though. You can keep operating. You have a smoke. You need to come back and do this though. Most of you are kind of just where you're at now. I think most of you are just chilling. You please use the resupply. True, I should have. You're right. I should have taken their supply. Stay out of range of their RPGs against 400 meters. So just kite them. They realize they're fucked. Okay, last thing I gotta do here, I think this match, is make sure I'm supporting this side.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Driver, move forward.
Where'd they go? They disappeared.
Coordinates received. Bombs are ready.
Oh, okay. We got it. They got it covered. But someone's gonna fill that in.
Ready to roll. Green light.
Go, go, go.
On target. Back to home plate.
There's AA pieces that need some killing.
Standing by. Heavy cavalry ready for action. Moving as ordered.
Eat shit. Run from the Igla! No. No.
Carrier here.
Oh, that one airborne.
Heavy cab ready to roll.
That one airborne squad, oh my god.
We're combat ready. Make way.
Massive phase 3 for us. Fucking massive phase 3.
Air defense here.
Seed.
We're combat ready. Heavy cab is on the field.
Oh shit.
Moving as ordered.
No SHORAD, no more fun to be had.
M1 Abrams ready for action. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Anti-aircraft here. Radar turned on. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Roger, moving to next waypoint. Driving to coordinates. Let's run them over. Moving there now. Driver, move out.
Okay.
Deployed. Back up, back up.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, they can still see me in the smoke. I always think they can see me in the smoke. Bradley, kill him, kill him! Oh, Bradams. Good match! That was a big phase 3. The phase 1 and the phase 2 weren't so hot. Well, I mean, they weren't bad, but I mean, they were very neutral. I think, but phase 3 was good. Phase 3 was a massive, massive gain. I like that. I think that the editor practice before this of deciding what I want for, like, a sort of static mech infantry defend group paid off there, you know? I think, like, sometimes I could almost feel, like, a little, like, 1% self-conscious of, like, oh, does all this really, you know, worth all the time? But 99% of me knows it is. I love that little bit of extra practice. It lets me go, okay, this is how many units I want to bring in to defend an area. I just kind of, like, think about it, because there's no time to think about it in a match for me. Well, he says, Phase 1 was meh, Phase 2 was not great, Phase 3 was a stomp. Yeah, yeah. We should have the rest of the mech. For that deck, I'm going to do that now, yeah. You should have deck? Yeah, give me 1 sec. Let me just look through the kill staffs. But I think we did a good job there, something I haven't really done before, which is actually played proper combined arms through my zones, and I defended all the zones. Normally on that map I just defend A, but there I actually played all the zones on my side, and I didn't feel rushed. I was happy to just start from one and creep my way through all of them, and then do a big push on A in the end. And I was happy to play, like, my infantry with my tanks. Yeah, I'll show you after this. I check my kills death stacks, so man, just give me a sec. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit too, I think. A couple of free kills of Patriot. As always, Patriot always worth bringing in. I kind of lost the recon fight on the right a bit, but I still had enough recon there to know they weren't really getting much out of it. The strike eagle didn't really hit much, but those K-17s are expensive, so it still gets like 250. It's not ideal, but it kind of stops their push a bit. Damage some other stuff too. Mech Rifle's doing great. IT helping. Sept Trophy having a good life until it eventually got killed. Sad. I want to say one of my trophies lived the whole time. I think I only lost one trophy, right? One of them is I just looked away and I got flanked by a attack helo, which I gotta watch out for. I should start leaving them in cover. Mech AA killing 2 SSOs, combined arms infantry tactics. Good CFV time. Apache helped a bit, but then got killed. Next time I'm doing that there, just don't even bother flying low. Just fly high and just retreat faster, because you retreat slower on fly low. It's a pain in the butt. AGL team, very worth its points for a cheap defender there. Feeling good about bringing the AGL team. These are all like combined kills, of course, but still, it did its job as a defensive unit that's very cheap and effective. Bradley, eat. IT again, doing a little bit. This Patriot, doing a little bit, but we weren't too pressured on the right, really. That trophy only killed a grad, so where's the protagonist? That might be the other one I called in, because this is a V2. Okay, here's the protag trophy that I think survived the whole match. Where we got only one tank-on-tank kill. We got a Tunguska tornado at the end. We got a couple of K-17s, bullied a lot of infantry, because the enemy was just pushing a lot of RU infantry at me on the right. Oh no, 2 tank-on-tanks, technically a T-80. That was the tank that lived the whole game. And then this Strike Eagle run, I mean, it stopped them from getting on the nuke, I guess. It's not like points positive, but bombing runs aren't always points positive. They're more like annoying, like frustrating for the enemy. And Mech Rifle AA killed that. Good. Losses-wise, I lost a lot of my Eagles, especially at the start to air attacks as well. Lost some drones. I try not to feed too many drones, but they had a Vitches up by the end, so that second one didn't really get any value. The first one got some good times. Spotted what they had. Let me know I was facing a lot of mech. BTR, yeah, I never saw that toe get in, so that was a bad order I gave as an AFK order. I need like a snappy way to say like an order I'm going to give once and never look back at. That's better than AFK. What's a good word for that? It's just descriptive but short. Like you're going to tell it to go queue up like 5 orders and you're never going to look at it again. GRU got a couple of kills there. Oh, GRU got the Striegel! Ah! Very good, very good GRU. Long-term order? Yeah, maybe. One and done? Yeah. Set and forget? Yeah. Grad, SSO, killing some of my mech. Yeah, I only lost the 1 trophy, so that's good. Lost a few CFEs, though, to, oh, the Tornado. Headless order? I kind of like that. That's like a quick way to say it. Auto order? Yeah, maybe. I like headless order. It's not really super intuitive, but it does make sense. It's about as good as you can get here, I think. There's no word in the English language, it just says what I want in one word. So that's pretty close, I like that. I like headless order, that's good. I might try to remember to use that. Yeah, this was probably the biggest micro mistake where I just looked away from the trophy. When I look away from them, I'm going to try to put them in building cover just by default, I think. Cover to cover. Yeah, it was a good one. Good match. I felt good about my play in that one. There's always room for improvement, but I felt good there. Call it a Mike the Headless Chicken. I don't think I will, but I like that. That's cute. I will kind of optimize my mech here, I think, a bit, but I liked that. Because I'm no longer trying to do just meat waves and mech infantry, but actually, like, infantry that works together well. So here's the deck for those who want to know about it, and if you do want to know, like, just have the deck, you can straight up just get the deck file. If you go !BA, it'll have a link to my deck files. If you follow those steps, you're going to be in my Discord, I think, to click see the thread. But you can download the file, and then you just go to here to the folders tab, you click that, and you just put the deck file in there. That's got all of my decks. Yeah, Set and Forget's a bit longer, but it's a good one as well, Toxic, yeah. Headless, Set and Forget, it's like one more syllable. But, this one's like, I play a lot of infantry decks, but this one's like all about the Bradley and Sep spam. Funny thing is here, I didn't really use the Bradleys in this deck. I never used the normal ones very much. No, I did at the end. They were important at the end to make a push with. That was where they were important. I never have Squando, I never have. Any reason to take Mech MMG over AGL teams? Yeah, so Mech MMG is good for infantry to infantry fighting. I'm about to actually add some. Now, also, it depends on your combo, because not every combo has AGL teams. Like, I kind of really like the Airborne team. I haven't used it much lately, but I kind of like the Airborne team because it's really cheap, but it's also very flimsy of only 4 guys. You need to make sure it's not the first squad engaged. But if it's the second squad to engage in your setup, as an AFK positioning kind of order, it'll get really good value on infantry fights. Kiss order, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, that kind of works. A kiss order, give him a kiss. I like that, give him a kiss and send him off. Fuck, I like that. I like that even more than Headless Order. But the Mech MMGs are pretty cool now. They used to have no AT, and I didn't like that so much, but now they have 2 AT4s, so they've got a little bit of anti-vehicle. Not much, because these guys have 4. So they have less of that, but they have way more anti-infantry power. Now, when I first started playing this game, I would go, who the fuck... I'm talking about, like, recently, like, a couple of weeks ago. I would go, who the fuck cares about a squad that fights infantry a bit better? But since learning how important suppression is, machine guns actually make a massive difference, as does the actual range here. Because if you're trying to get pushed, this is a defensive unit for me, right? So if I'm trying to get pushed by infantry and shit, having a unit that can cover like 600 meters with these machine guns that just suppresses infantry on the way in is actually massive. And then if they get in close enough for me to build in the building, then yeah, you gotta worry about that. But especially if I'm playing like these as a cheap defender and then these as my main unit I'm focusing on, the enemy probably wants to bomb or cruise missile these anyway. So, you know, maybe your Mech MMG gets cruise missile, maybe not. But infantry tend to be able to just, like, sit there in the fights a bit more. Because they're so cheap, they're not as worth the cruise missile artillery. If the enemy has, like, total fire superiority, everything gets cruise missiled. But otherwise, if they're actually having to pick where their shit goes, it's probably not going on the 50-point mech machine gun team by itself. AGLs will suppress, right? Yes! Who says AGLs will suppress? I think the difference is the AT4s. Yeah, and also they're a bit tougher, right? And I guess you could say a bit cheaper in the transports they come in. But yeah, like, AGLs, I think, are the superior anti-infantry weapon. Because they also suppress, they also do better damage, they have AoE. I think they're even hurting light vehicles better. They can't hit helicopters, but I don't think Mech MMG is ever killing a helicopter, because 240 Lima just does not do enough, really. So I'd say, like, if I could get mech... If I could get, like, mech rifle AGL, add 2 more guys... I mean, maybe I bring more AGLs as well, yeah. Probably, like, bring 2 AGLs and... I don't know how many Mech MMGs. But yeah, that's something to think about as well. I could also honestly cut the Airborne out of this deck just to fit more cheaper squads. But the Airborne is good as, like, a squad that we are deploying that's, like, kind of fixing a position more. Because the Airborne you can kind of think as an MMG team in their own right, because they do have 2 M250 LMGs, which are really good LMGs. And all their guns are 600 meters. So they're a very good fire support position, but they're a bit more expensive. But they're also a bit tougher. Like, this is a really good squad, because they've also got the Maws for heavier AT at longer range, for being in that building that kind of covers the whole area. I was comparing to MGL still an M2 team, not even 240 Lima. Oh, okay. Right. I didn't understand. You weren't saying Mech MMG, you were saying HMG. Yeah, HMG team is more for the helicopters, yes, in my opinion. Yes. They're a bit cheaper. But other than that, it's just the weapons choices. The AGL will go harder. Is this game good? Yeah, I fucking love it, man. I fucking love this game. The AGL will go harder on infantry, I think. The HMG is good too. Maybe if you're fighting light vehicles that have good heat armor, but like only 20... only 20 kinetic armor, the HMG kills them? I don't know. They are that bit cheaper, I guess. That's like one of the bigger things. They're 10 points cheaper. But I don't know, I mean... We've seen how much helicopters just don't give a shit about M2s. So I think AGL is just kind of the better way to go a lot of the time. I think the HMG team is maybe a bit weak for what it is right now. M2s are anti-USA but can't fight you. They can fight RU, but I don't know, like, I feel like M2s used to fuck Russian helicopters a lot more. Maybe I'm just imagining that. But, I've just keep driving M2s up towards enemy helicopters and just being super disappointed. You just can't really brand in them anymore. So I say just going double AGL probably makes more sense. Looking at getting it scared? You'll be fine. You can get into it. You can do it. Adept says it's trash. That's why he's on a non-stop playing it. He's on an achievement run to beat all bad games. Like it says, M2 teams I find can cover openings you expect infantry pushes across really well. Yeah, but compared to the AGL, you probably just take the AGL for that role. Like it says sometimes better than AGL teams, weirdly. Huh, explain. Explain, why do you think the the M2 does that compared to the AGL? I'm actually really curious. Does RU get the 14.5mm MG? Yeah, they get cords. The M2 teams seem to have really good uptime on firing. You know where we're going. We're going to the editor. We're going to my dam practice. I'm actually going to try that. Because now I'm curious. I would like to know what is the role of the M2 versus the AGL. Yes, I would. Let's go to the editor. And I'm not going to wait for rollout here. We're just going to place them. So let's go M2 team. AGL team. Time for science. Yeah, a little bit of science. I don't want to get stuck here for too long, but let's try not to have 50 minutes this time. Just try to have like 10 minutes. Airborne Next Generation Squad. Mech. Rifles, NGs, AAs, and MMGs. Let's just try like a limited engagement here where we have the infantry come out of the woods here and then some helos show up. And we try to see like what combination works better. So, first of all, why don't we do... Either way, we're going to have mech rifles and mech engineers. And then I think we're going to cycle between Mech Rifle MMG, M2 HMG, and Mark 19 AGL team as the support by fire unit. And we're going to keep it pretty simple. Or Airborne Next Generation Weapon Squad as the support by fire element. Mech Rifles AA can be over here again. And we'll have the same positions I said I was going to do before. So I guess Mech NG is there, right? Yeah, Mech NG is there. Mech Rifles I had, I think, over here. And then this building was where I was putting my support by fire team. And we'll just, like, lab this out a few times. Against, like, a whole mess of, like, Gorn Ostrelki coming out of the woods. They have DMRs. They're kind of scary, actually, those DMRs, probably. Gorn Ostrelkis. On their waypoint. Shit, give me a new waypoint. At destination, enter random buildings. Yes, please. Be a little bit bigger with that. And have, like, aggression. Like, go push whatever you find. The science review is super nice because my brain does not think the science sees problems with its valuable information. I enjoy doing it too. Like, I really enjoy... I'm that kind of person where I really enjoy going, like, what is the optimal thing? Like, I can just roll out a whole shitload of cheap infantry on a point the rest of my life, but I'll never be satisfied. I'll do it because I need it, but I'll never be satisfied. What satisfies me is going here and labbing it out for an hour and going, okay, actually, the perfect combination of cheap units cost effectively to hold most threats is these guys. And then that's my routine. I like to develop a routine and then stick to it for the rest of my life. If that makes sense. I always use Tarkov. In Tarkov, I min-max which is like the rifle that's like the most cost-effective and best value for buck for most situations. And I would run that gun every raid for 500 raids. That's how I roll. I don't like to like use a different gun every raid. I want to master one thing, you know? Capture, capture, capture. Okay, so let's say like... have like 5 Gorn Ostrelki coming out of the woods. And they're probably going to be pretty close. Probably add the GBs later too and see how much they help. But yeah, all thems come out the woods. Do another one over here so we can like go like this. 8.3. So you two are going to go to waypoint 3. You're going to go to waypoint 2. Why don't we give you another Gorn Ostrelki? You guys can go to waypoint 4. Buildings enter radius. Let's take it down so you don't like try to run across the road too much. That's right, Squando. Strelki, just unembarrassed. Strelki! Gorn Ostrelki is how I pronounce it, sorry. Okay, and then just like have a look at this. Those BTRs are going to show up on the right too, but hopefully not too fast. I just want to compare to different weapon squads, okay? And also if my positions are good, I guess. Wait, wasn't I in this building before? No, I wasn't. That's okay. So you guys are going to come out of the woods, right? Yep, there we go. So if they come out from the woods there, Mecha MG can't help. So Mecha MG can't help anywhere yet. Why not? So this position, this is already a problem, right? This position said that we had fire on them. But it's kind of lying because you can't see through this building. So you kind of got to use common sense. So we can't see them. We are going to get fires on these guys. But because so many of them are occluded, it's a tough time. No recon. I mean, yeah. There's no recon. No, I know. What's the music from? It was Into the Breach, I think. That last one was reprocessing from Ben Prancy. I'm going to play it again. These guys over here. Okay, can you at least see this position? No. So I think the goal was to see over this building, but you can't anyway. So go to this position, and let's see if that helps. So now you can't really see much more there. But you're getting pretty overwhelmed there. It's probably too many Gorn Strelk actually to see. Or I need to bring in more units. But that's probably too much otherwise. New to game, is this the editor? Yes. That's probably too much Gorno to get like a good idea here of what's going on. It does also show that they're just kind of on the wrong positions. Maybe you want like a unit here, because these guys are kind of getting cut off. I think you want to stick to 5, because less than that is probably too easy on me. So you have 2 squads here still. Put these guys in this building instead, and try again. It'd be better if I microed the units to like suppress the multiple enemies, but I'd probably try not to do that here, because the whole point is to see like kind of an AFK defense. Because the ideal way to play an infantry fight is you need to suppress each enemy squad in turn. Like I need to go, okay, they're done, now suppress these guys before you get suppressed, because you got to win that fire superiority. Who are you guys hitting? You're hitting the Gorn Strelk there, and you're not really doing a lot. I think you guys suppressed them, though, so that was good. Loss seems bad for them. Yeah, Loss seems surprisingly bad from this building. I'll move you over. That's just going to get you engaged on more guys at once. That position falls really quickly. Maybe even have the... but then they won't do their AA job. I think what we're learning here is maybe having like 1 recon unit would help this a lot. So I'm also going to workshop like having some recon in place. I don't want to cluster too hard with the GBs. But where can GBs be helpful from here? What if your Mecha MG was here and that... is that too clustered? It's a little clustered. Do Mech Engineers bunker bust? I don't think they really hurt buildings too bad. But maybe have the Mech Engineers here. It just kind of gives up. It kind of gives up so much ground here so quick. Give them a green light. I think they can bring a nuke. What? Maybe have the mech rifles. Maybe it's more important to have your guys, if they're AFK, in the same spot to support by fire each other. But then you're so clustered to get like... I don't know, who's going to nuke 4 units? I guess you can cluster to get napalm, though. I think you do have to watch out for the napalm. You go to this building, and then it's kind of okay. Should have some fire over there. The mech rifles MMG is fine here, and the mech engineer there is fine. The only real issue, I think, is the GBs kind of clusters this fight a bit too much. It's like a bit too bougie. But... let us see the difference, I guess. The airborne line seems pretty weak. I think they're pretty good. I think if you throw them in here, they'd be doing really well, actually. GBs won't be able to see them before they fight me, I think. What is the range? They have an optics of 1750 in this loadout.
Infantry at your orders.
I think we saw them, like, briefly before they engaged me there, but not by much. Having the extra weapons team does help a lot, of course. You guys engaging. It seems like you're engaging different targets too, which is nice. I'm not sure if that was an accident or intentional by the AI. This fight's easy to win if I micro it because I just like target the different squads. But as it is, you can see that like goes a lot better having the MMG here, I think. Because you need to stop the assault vector the enemy is here. Anyway, that kind of wasn't the point. The point kind of isn't to get stuck in the positioning tactics, it's to test the teams against each other here. GL makes a huge difference, it does. The mech rifle MMG doesn't seem to do a lot. Let's test... you. I guess the good thing about mech rifle MMG is it's still got AT. Having the MMG there kind of defeats the purpose of greater range. Also true, yeah. So actually, you don't want the HMG here, you kind of want it here.
Heavy weapons ready.
But go again. I want to see how the HMG performs. So watch the HMG. I think the HMG has like slight AoE. I think it suppressed these guys too, maybe, or it might have just been the bunker busters. Where are you engaging now? Okay, over there. I wouldn't say the HMG feels like it's much different to the medium MMGs. I'm not testing this very scientifically, but I wouldn't say it feels super different. I'm pretty sure the AGL is gonna fuck. I think you just can't get better than the AGL. Ideally, I'll be back in that back building, but... Keep totally engaged, because all the guns went right and we're lost. Yeah, the randomness doesn't help either. We're not being very scientific here, we're just kind of like... Version that seemed better, maybe?
Weapons team standing by.
I'd have to like do proper suppression tests with the machine gun teams, which would probably be the smarter thing actually to do. We'll do that after this. Rather than doing a situation test. The good thing about the GLs is you kind of just like kill a team. They have way better DPS, I think.
Heavy weapons team in.
I think. I know both the green GL teams are working together there. But I feel like they kind of do a better job of, like, killing enemies. They're definitely the ideal weapon for infantry, I think. We'll test that in a second, though. You know, last thing I want to test is... What kind of a difference does it make if you have the recon up close enough to see it coming? Like, before they get in on you. Just for the sake of argument. I would imagine a lot. Yeah, Rangers AGL is really cool, Perilous. It's a bit expensive, but you get 6 guys, so it's pretty cool.
Special forces here.
You don't really see them coming any faster, I feel. Just because you're not really close enough there. Sharks is supposedly the 50k round is a 5-meter airburst AoE. What do you think that means in game terms? AGL isn't even engaging, what? Oh, you can't shoot over that. I guess.
I love big guns.
AGL reload time? Yeah, let's watch the AGL reload time, actually. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, I mean, the reload's kinda quick. Donk, 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 donk. How fast do you suppress once you're on someone? Switch over here. The real lesson here is going to strike are actually pretty fucking scary with those SVDs. Bonk. Plop, 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 plop. AGLs are really good. Alright. Let me do, like, a different test. You'll just fucking chill for a second. You'll just fucking chill. Let's just do, like, a straight-up line test. On... like, Motostrelki. Sorry, Motostrelki, it's time to go to the crash test dummy course. It's what time it is for you. Versus AGL, M2, MML, sorry, no, MMG, Airborne Squad, Snipers? Could snipers be a support element? Maybe. Give me, Ranger snipers with 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing here? Airborne. I guess I have like a mech rifle for like a control. Ranger snipers. Mech MMG. Overall, like smallest to biggest, I guess. Costliest. Costliest to not costliest. Test a ton of Rangers as well. I think we know they fuck. But let's test all these as 5 support elements. So, I think all of y'all need to have 0 ammo, so you can't interfere with this. Too bad. And you need to be like 400 meters for you. That's 400 meters. Alright, 400 meters isn't as far as you think, because it's double ranges in the editor, unfortunately. We'll have mech rifles here. Son of Rangers win every comparison. Yeah, they're just too good. And then airborne at 600. So that's 300 meters there. So that's 600. Motor Strelky. I mean, everyone else should be 600 then. Just to keep it even. Even though the others can engage at 800. Okay. And ideally, you guys are all going to engage the one in front of you. And I don't have to give you separate orders. But that may not happen. Y2X. Oh, no, it's not in-game, just in the editor, -GI. Just in the editor. In actual game, it'll be correct.
Infantry reporting in.
Okay, so let's have a look here. Is everyone, like, hitting the right squads?
Need a rifle.
I think Snipers might be hitting the wrong squad. Okay, Snipers is... Oh, Snipers is switching it up. Why? Why is Snipers shooting one there and one here? When's the next XCOM stream? I don't know right now, sorry. 100 meters, 600 meters, 900 meters. You guys need to do something different, hang on. Everyone targets independently. Yeah, but like, why? I guess they're trying to like, not waste suppression. Okay, you come here so you can't shoot the others. What if Snipers have overkill? Maybe everything has overkill, that'd be cool. Kind of cool. Okay, so again, you're shooting you, you're shooting you. I'm not really paying attention to the results, I'm just trying to make sure we're only engaging one unit at a time here. Seems like most of us are, yeah. So at this point, who is winning? Airborne Next Generation Weapon Squad by a mile is winning the DPS. Mech Rifles and Mech Rifle MMG have still failed to suppress. Which is a bit sad for Mech Rifle MMG. They've only... Well, they suppressed, but they haven't panicked. There's the panic for Mech MMG. So they do get it. And there's the panic for Mech Rifle. Snipers are actually going hard.
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
What if we use Snipers as our fire support team? Kind of a crazy idea, but then you get to flexible your recon in the line as well, kind of like the GBs were going to be. Also great optics to start your fights off the first time. To be fair, this is Ranger Snipers with 3 guns. M2 on damage versus the AGL. That's interesting too, isn't it? The M2 is actually killing faster. And the reload's way quicker, so you have higher uptime. Too much value, right? Expensive the best optics? No, you never really upgrade optics. Snipers wins the kills. Snipers are best DPS. I'm gonna try, not Ranger Snipers, because Ranger Snipers are the best in show for that, I think. 4-man GB Sniper Meta now? Maybe. Wouldn't the Snipers die too fast once under fire? Well, the idea is that you have them forever back. They'd also be much better in buildings, too, because we ignore cover, yeah. Next winner is the M2, and then you help with that, okay. We need to, like, split you guys up more, so you're separate fights. How does cover affect the results? I'm actually interested in this, I might test that afterwards. Let's split these up so we can watch this at scale without them hitting each other's targets. Want to see GB snipers? Me too. Me too, actually. Let's split all of you up so that we don't cross-pollinate the results. So that needs to be like over here and away. Like this. Should be able to see. Really, really surprised at M2 beating AGL for damage in that test. Me too, actually. Now I want to pay attention and watch the suppression values. Mech Rifles MMG does not seem to be fucking. Should we not just go to map editor land? Yeah, we could do the test map for this, that's true. But I'm lazy, I don't want to redo that right now. Next squad. But yeah, you're right, we should. We should go to test land. Next is... okay, here to here. And then next is, like... here to here. And then we have to move these guys, like, over here. Or they will help. A little bit too much. It's gonna be, like, here to here. How would the M2 and AGL do against 2 squads in close proximity? Like, in a fight? Probably a lot worse. I actually would like to see GB snipers now, because goddamn, sniper rifles are good. I've never used this loadout, and I'd like to see if it's worth it. Because it's so expensive. So let's have, like, a sniper line over here. With them spread out like this, it's going to be harder to watch them all at once. I might want to go to the test map after all. Which shouldn't matter, but just in case it does. Alright. Camilla says, Mark sniping may be better in normal use since burst damage is more important than sustained. Yeah, well, let's have a look here. That's all your guns, right? Scar is... okay, you're kind of out of range of half your guns, so we need to change the GBs, because this... oh, sorry, only one of your guns. Let's just change it so you're in range of all your guns, just to be fair. What I mean is the M2 might have won against a single squad. The AG will probably be more effective against mass infantry. Oh, in AoE? Yes, probably. Yes. Yes, you are probably correct. Okay. Everything's in range. Easily in range. In range, in range, in range, in range, in range, and go. Is there anything you have that isn't in range? Your grenade launchers are in range at this distance, right? So we're not even considering those in this engagement. So airborne would be doing even better, I guess. 5. So like first 5 seconds, first suppression, first panic goes to airborne. Because they got the 6 rifles firing. So it's like a squad of like, in terms of like 600 meter weapons, of like machine gun range. In the 600 meter bracket, airborne is like 8 machine gun squad, right? Because you've got all that firing at once. M2 and AGL Titan suppression looks like, yeah, it did look like that. Okay. Let's wait until we see some more results. Okay, so... did you guys just skip suppression and go straight into panic over here? Remember that damage falls off once you get suppressed and panicked. But GB sniper is immediately going, fuck you. Yeah, GB instant panic. God damn. Okay, continue. So, okay, pause. Airborne, straight to suppression. I mean, straight to panic, sorry. About the same as the M2 and AGL teams. Remember that this squad is very expensive compared to these guys. Yeah, about the same suppression on these guys. We will do a building test. Ranger snipers now hits panic. AGL versus M2 members wild. Yeah, M2's doing way more damage. That is super interesting. I would have thought that the AGL... so I guess the AGL is worse? Also, GBs are just like casually killing this unit. But they also cost twice as much as all the other units. So you gotta remember, this costs as much as 2 of these. And 2 of these probably do just as well. Like, your M2 HMG here is actually, like, on par with the GB snipers for 50 cost.
Weapons team standing by.
How is AGL versus armor compared to M2 versus armor? True, this isn't looking at armor. We should do probably, like, one more test with, like, high armored enemies. GB snipers just, like, obliterate. That is a scary fucking unit. Everybody's all fucked up, so who's gonna win the damage race now? So Rangers, Snipers. Snipers are like the best DPS unit, but they're very fragile, of course. Yeah, it's interesting as an Adept. I love labbing this kind of shit. Airborne is not far behind. And M2 is actually, like, by far the better anti-infantry weapon, it seems, in this scenario. Then Airborne finishes their food. Mech Rifles and Mech Rifles MMG are, like, the same. Which is disappointing.
Infantry ready for
The extra range obviously matters a lot. What you're not seeing here is that Mech Rifles
at your command, sir.
is being given, like... Oh, you know why? Because Mech Rifles is in range of their grenade launchers, and you're not. You don't have any grenade launchers. So to be fair, Mech Rifles is in range of their grenade launcher here as well. So that's why, yeah. Yeah, you're buying the range of Mech MML, yeah. With machine gun, yes. So they're still worth bringing. And also the pen, yeah. I think we should put in some, like, armored troops next. So AGL goes next. AGL and Mech Rifle MMG are very similar, except the suppression is worse on Mech Rifle MMG. I'm surprised. I thought the AGLs did more damage. I think it's AoE with the AGL, right? And as Kamala said, probably burst. But I think the big thing you're getting is when people tend to stack their squads together. You're going to get a lot more out of it. Because one thing to note is that if you are stacked in a building and you're being shot at by, like, bullets, it doesn't kill both squads at once, but any HE weapon, like an AGL, will kill both squads at the same time. That is very interesting, and yes, AGL has strengths against, like, light vehicles as well.
Heavy weapons here.
But the main thing I've learned here is, okay, M2HMG, for the purposes that I want, is actually good, and I can bring it. That's interesting. So before I was saying HMG kind of sucks, but that's why we needed to come over here and do, like, a proper test.
Infantry ready for action.
I think we do 2 more tests, and then I need to play a match. One more test is we're going to check against armored versions, armored units. And the second thing we're going to test is building the building, and then I'm going to go play a match after I change my deck. So what's like the most armored Russian unit? It's got to be a Motor, right? That's where all their SF is. It's like GRU or something. SSO and GRU, yeah. They've got one more guy, but that's fine. Okay, so bring in everybody's least favorite motherfuckers, the Batmen. Bravo player 3. Sorry, you guys are here to die. Okay, so all y'all are going to be getting... Because this is very helpful to know against US, because US infantry tend to have better armor, I think. All y'all are getting set to friendly team. Sorry, friendly team. And then we're just going to put other guys in front of you. I can actually double stack them so then we can even see how much the AGL helps in that situation. Lol, friendly fire. GRU. I'm big in the GRU. If you pin light vehicles like BTR, I mean, we could test that too if we have the patience. Save. Play. Let's have a look. How much does armor change it? Look for the first big chunk of damage or the first, like, panic. Okay, so GB's big chunk of damage. Suppression is the same. Armor doesn't change that. You can see how much less the damage is right away, I think. Maybe armor does change suppression. Maybe it's based on how much damage you take, because I feel like these guys would have... Mech MMG would have got them gold by now. I can't remember all the results from last time, but are we seeing differences here? M2's... Yeah, the sustained fire. M2's getting ahead because the sustained fire still. GB's still eating. Mech MMG is doing a little bit better now, because it's got that little bit more pen of the 7.62 round. GBs have already killed their food. M2 is not as impressive now, it feels, which is really funny, because you'd think the M2 would be better at penetrating armor than the AGL. Like, you'd think the M2 is there to do that, but I guess no, the AGL, like, bypasses it by doing explosions. So, I guess that makes sense, yeah. So against more armored infantry, the AGL is not nearly as far behind. Worth noting, though, that the M2 is still winning. Ranger Snipers then kills their meat. Also, not really any AoE there. The M2 didn't do any AoE. The AGL has almost killed 2 squads. M2 should be doing full damage. I feel like it did not as good compared to the AGL this time, though. A lot of RNG in this kind of testing? Maybe, yeah. Maybe run it again. Airborne's about to finish their food. The difference between Airborne and mech rifles here is just fucking huge. You can see the penetration. Mech rifles of MMG are still pretty close. I'd say, yeah, you're really just paying for the range, but it does contribute to more damage, I guess, against armor. Market dispersion made a big difference, I think. Yeah, maybe. But even at the best of times, like, if that was a good one for the AGL, the HMG still seems to be really good. And yeah, Ranger Snipers, if you cannot get them targeted, a sniper unit is viable fire support, it feels like. Just run it one more time, give the AGL another chance, and exchange the snipers for, or put in another sniper team that's like the, scout snipers, like a 2-man sniper team. Yeah, only 2. Comparatively a very weak sniper team, really. Go like airborne snipers too. Just gonna have so many like squads sitting around. And then we should do building to building because that's like the final thing here to really test, I think. Is you want to know how it's gonna go building to building. Oh, Ludo. Hang on, I'll give you some food in a second, my boy. Scout Sniper's here. Oh, Ludo. You guys come a little bit closer. Comes out and fight the transports. We can test that too. After this. I know I said I'm impatient, but it is worth testing versus like a BTR. Sky Snipers don't see their targets. When trees out cover, trees don't give you damage resistance, or I don't think they should. I don't believe that's the case, no. Trees are just concealment. They might add some kind of weird damage resistance, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we already know how that's hopefully going to go. We can check in on that later. I'm kind of mainly curious about the snipers here. Ranger Sniper is definitely way more, like, worth there of the 3 rifles if you want to use them as fire support. Honestly, like, obviously using snipers as a fire support is a bit of an interesting idea. It's like, it's obviously not their main thing we're rating them on. But if you wanted to do it, Ranger Snipers is like legit, whereas the other 2 are pretty similar.
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
Same guns, I think. Pretty similar if you want to do that. You could use a Scout Sniper or an Airborne Sniper. Cheapy Snipers are still crazy. Of course they are. AGL seems to be doing fine. Shark says Ranger Snipers are the ones who only have all-express weapons. Oh, nice. Oh, true, we should consider STTs as well. I want to test everything, though, because I can also test, like, the upgraded Barrett option here to see how much of a difference it makes. I do want to test that, though. There's too much testing to do. Rename the stream. Testing stream. Let's see with the anti-material rifles, because this shit isn't actually that expensive, and I want to see if it's worth it. I've never really known if it's worth it. I wouldn't mind finding out. Because I never use my snipers in a fire support role. But maybe I'll start doing it now. Just make sure we're not cross-pollinating. I should be using the damn test map, I really should. At this point. It would be so much easier to, like, set this up. Snipers with that. Get your ass into the featureless grid, that's right. So these 2 are the Barretts going off. Yeah, the slower fire rate, I'm not sure if it's really worth it for infantry. You said 15 minutes? I know! I know I said that. You supposed to change map and editor? Yeah, but you had to place everything again. It is better. So, anti-material upgrade puts them on par with ranger snipers, it seems. Big burst, too. Okay, that is worth it. If you do want to use your fuckers... This also probably is because it's the guys with armor. They might do better against armor guys. But if you want to use your snipers as fire support, like I'm flirting with the idea of doing now, seeing this, then the Barrett is worth the price of admission. If you want to use your snipers for fire support. I'm still trying to decide if I want to try this or not. But it might be good for, like, if you want to combine recon, like, be multi-role. It's a good idea. Airborne snipers wins first, then scout snipers with the Barrett isn't far behind. Do you care about far behind Ibers? You don't need it. Especially if you just want to apply suppression. In the open. Barrett fucks helos too, so I've heard. The AGL killing 2 squads at once is neat, we do need to consider that. Against massed infantry, very worth. At Sniper 5 support 2, you may as well take a GB snipers, I guess, if you have them. So maybe in SOF I start taking GB snipers, because they fuck. And if you were going to take a recon and a sniper unit anyway, make it GB snipers. They are crazy. Okay, last thing here. Last thing here, then, is a building test. Now, I can actually do this easier than you think, I think. Can't I... I don't think I need to, like, find the right buildings. I think I can just go... Miller's Hotel. No, not like that. Well, maybe? No, I can't see it. Okay, props. I think I can just put, like on a rebel building. I think rebel buildings have the same cover bonus as a normal one, but I'm not certain on that. I think it's the same, though. So I should be able to just, like, spawn buildings and then make them get in them, I think. I want to say. Let's see if it works. Capture nearby building. And you just need a drone flying overhead so you can see them. MAT view of Javelins to Sniper GL at M2. Yeah, that's a pretty cool Jeep as well. Could bring the MAT view as 5 support. Okay, Globy, go up here. It's putting the line to the not placed one. Maybe it won't work. I was hoping you'd get in it. Let's find out. So I think you can cap it, just maybe the AI doesn't know. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know about that shit. It doesn't work. Okay, I am gonna have to... Unless I can do a different building prop. Maybe we try Miller's Hotel. Objects. Props, sorry, it was props. No, they're not gonna get in it. Okay, I do have to test it in buildings then, which is annoying. Makes me not want to do it right now. Let's just pick, like, a limited amount of them. So what would you test? Best so far has been... I think we're going to test, like, M2 versus AGL versus snipers for the fire support. Airborne is also good. These guys are just kind of standard. We kind of know that. They're kind of standard. For buildings, we're looking for actually killing guys. So probably, yeah, GB snipers, AGL, M2, next generation weapon squad, then probably some normal sniper teams. Alright. I'm gonna do it. Take me to the test map. Oh, that's unsaved data, whatever. We're in the featureless void. Create. When's someone gonna make a match on this map, man? This is what we want to see. Okay, AGL. Not that AGL. Does this AGL ignore cover, actually? Maybe try that one. Hold fire, capture nearby buildings. Green Berets. Punishers. Unfortunately, the distances are all like a little bit fucked up. But I guess you can have different squads in the same building, I just realized. Maybe. Or, wait, you don't need to be in buildings. I also forgot. You don't. These guys don't need to be in buildings. The targets need to be in buildings. Whoops. So before we were doing, like, 250. Okay, each of these is, like, 200 meters. 400 is 600. Okay, we got, like, firing lines here. So you can go there to hit guys. These. Okay, go GRU. Or let's now go for, like, mid-squad. So, like, what's a mid-squad? What's a mid-armored Russian squad that has, like, 7 guys but 8 armor? VDV, maybe? Cherny Birdie? Too much armor. Strelk? Nah, they're all too weak. VDV are the guys of 8 armor because they're like the airborne equivalents. Morskaya Piota, thank you. Perfect, perfect test squad. Okay. We need a Globy Hawk again. Morskaya, 0 ammo. Okay. I'm just gonna have to manually assign these targets, I think. Rangers AGL, M2, machine gun. Airborne. Herald Fire. What else? Snipers. I want to see... Oh, these guys have the ORM. Fuck yeah. I want to see... Basic Scout Snipers. Ranger Snipers. Snipers with the Barrett. Ah, that's probably not enough targets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know Ranger Snipers are going to do pretty well, so maybe just go Scout Snipers. Ah, test them both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so give me 6 targets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can only assume that the buildings have the same cover. Maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, capturing building. Hang on. Here's what we'll do. Capture nearby building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm actually kind of curious if there's a splash on the AGL here. So why don't we go like that? Go... AGL like here? Like splash from house to house, I mean. GB snipers here should be fine. Oh, these are the Punishers. I have 2 squads, I forgot. That's GB Punishers. Give me a GB Snipers. We probably know they're going to go crazy, but, you know, we got to try them. Morskaya here. Airborne. I'm curious about your performance. And then we just need a target for the M2, so the M2 can target these guys, I guess. I think that works. Let's test all this out. Can you eat a burger in one bite? If I was hungry enough? No, I still couldn't. My mouth isn't that big. You ever think Jam and you would play another BG3 playthrough? Yeah, maybe. We like that shit. Oh, I left you guys in place, my bad. These 2 snipers also need targets, so... 1, 2... And you guys can hit them. And you guys can hit, like, them. So it's a little bit more annoying here because I gotta, like, give everyone their targets. Give everyone your... No, hold fire! Ah! Put them on hold fire, give everyone their targets. Hold fire and snips. Snippers. The good thing about the editor is I can test this kind of stuff. The bad thing about the editor is that I can test this kind of stuff. So I'm just like building a deck and I'm like asking questions like, hey, before I actually do anything, let's answer all these questions.
They say we're special persons.
GB's Punishers don't have their own targets.
You like big guns too? Snake Eater's ready. No fear!
I want one more set of targets. I want the M2 to have a target. Then I will be happy. Then I will be satiated. You never match tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a few more in after this. Quick editor. Quick in and out editor time.
Morning in. Sniper team.
Get in range for all your guns.
Scanning for hostiles. Roger. Charlie Mike. Special forces standing by. I love big guns. Open fire!
And engage.
Reporting in.
Okay, so right away, when you're in a neighboring house, I don't think grenades matter. First,
Need some heavy firepower?
suppression in the buildings goes to the AGLs.
Weapons team here.
Interesting. The GBs who ignore cover are doing more damage, but they're not panicking, suppressing yet. Let's see how it goes. More bursts, because their rate of fire is slower, I guess. Huh. So the AGL is way better for building the building. This is why you have to test for buildings, right? GB snipers are just fucking, of course. Of course they are. When it comes to buildings, I think the buildings are protecting you from small arms way better than from the HE. I think GB's Punisher on the grenade range. No, they have like 800. Oh, they have other guns too. They have other shit that they're using in Punisher's loadout. They have 600 meters, 600 meters, 600 meters. I guess they're a good fire support squad because they have all this shit too. But anyway. So, building in buildings, GB Sniper's still winning like crazy. GB Punisher's pretty good. Actually better than all the other teams, which makes sense. Jonas says, I bet if you reach out to Steel Balalaika, you could be a sponsor for this game. I'd love to, but they don't need to sponsor me because I'd play this game already. M2 is still fine. GB's eats first. Snipers are doing good. M2 is doing okay. Airborne, I didn't see when they suppressed. GB's Punishers is about equal with the AGL teams, I'd say. All things considered. But you're getting a recon and optics, of course, of them is the thing. And a smoke, whereas these guys don't have a smoke.
Heavy weapons here.
M2 really falls behind in buildings. Airborne
Reporting in.
kills there before M2 can, which makes sense. They're not using the grenade launchers, but everything else is going off. Makes sense. Can you building all those damages a much larger target? Ah, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, you're right. Amy, didn't GB helped? Oh, shit, you're right. They're helping. You don't help GB Snipers, you're about to ruin everything.
Green berets here. Go ahead.
You start your next meal. Okay, so the Rangers AGL does no better. There's no airburst or anything. I think it's also interesting that a naked scout snipers versus a ranger snipers, it's much closer. Ranger snipers was doing way better in the open, but in the buildings, I think because the ignore cover counts for so much. 50% ignore cover on the marksman rifle, 100% ignore cover on the sniper. I think the sniper rifle is doing most of the work. That's airburst, but that doesn't matter for buildings, only terrain. I think what we're seeing is AGL is still supreme, right? AGL is still supreme. Because most infantry fights will be buildings. AGL has killed 2 squads before M2's killed 1. So I think the fact that the M2 that one time was way ahead of the AGLs and other times was kind of ahead doesn't make up for the fact that the AGL is way better than it at building fights. Snipers are ahead of them for pure damage, but they're flimsier and they cost more. But if you want to combo a recon on them, it makes sense. I think the only question I have left here before I go back to my deck is how much of a difference does the Barrett make? Because they were a little bit ahead. If I give you guys M2s, how much difference does it actually make here? So M2 in forest, AGL in building? True! M2 would be better in forest then, you're right. But I don't really think I really use those kinds of squads in forests as much, to be fair. But on vehicles, yeah, like maybe M2s are better in woods clearing than AGLs, which is really interesting. That's actually a really interesting point. Maybe go Brownings instead. See, every question just opens up another question, unfortunately. Every question makes me ask another one. Like, I thought AGLs were the best for woods, but are M2s better instead? GP Sniper is still the best. Don't help. AGL's still goated. I don't think the Barretts are really helping that much in buildings. It feels like these are performing just fine without them. So I don't think you go the Barrett for infantry just for tanks, which, you know, makes sense. I know you're helping over here. Is there like a woods dimension here? Does this count as woods? This looks like a wood. Yeah, that's woods. Okay. Then my last question for you is... M113 with M2 versus M1A3 with grenade launcher. Can't M2 pressure like helis, yeah, but not very well, we've been discovering. I like ideas. In the woods, it should be the same as in the open, so maybe M2s are better. We have to account for the fact that the M will shoot back. Yes, of course it does. Okay, more sky up. It's my last test. I promise this is my last test. In and out. Quick 60-minute lab. My last test. Just one more thing, that's right. Oh, one more thing! I need the fucking Columbo noise on my soundboard. Just one more test!
Someone called for a cab? Armored transport reporting in.
Okay.
Troop transport, standing by. Armored transport.
Okay, so the AGL upfront burst is nutty. Also, I think because you're at closer range in the woods, the dispersion doesn't matter. So I think AGLs are still way better. Oh, we kind of just did Nero. See, the burst is insane on the AGLs, but then the M2s do catch up. Because of the sustained fire. Burst is kind of king in forest fights, though, because you'll die to AT4s too quick. You know GB Flash? No, I didn't test GB Flash. So, like, long term, it's similar, but... the AGL is definitely superior. Alright, I think I've seen all I need to see. I need to play another match. So in the end, what did we really learn from that? M2s at long range are probably better. And they're still fine. But AGL's building the building is better because you can't miss, and AGL's close range also fuck. Which stick was I even doing? Wood Scrollers, right? No, I was doing Chadley's. Long range in the open critically, yeah, which is not the most common scenario. Snipers are effective fire support in that situation. They provide great suppression. So maybe instead of rolling out with like an AGL team or like two, I can just like roll out with like a sniper team in the open, which means bring more snipers. But I don't have the room for all of them. If M2 was cheaper, I could see it be worth it. I think M2 would need to be like 40 cost compared to 60 for the AGL for me to want to take it right now. The 4 strong one anyway, the 4 strong airborne squad. I think at 50 it's too close to the AGL, which just seems better in so many more situations. We didn't test versus vehicles, to be fair. But I don't know if it'll be too different. I guess I can hit helicopters too, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, the M2 might be a bit overpriced for what it is, like just a tiny bit. AGL. We don't really want, when we have airborne teams available, we probably don't really want mech MMG teams, because unless you really, really want the AT4s. Because they really don't count as a fire support unit, they're just like a mech rifle that have 2 guns that shoot a bit further. I think having more airborne teams and less mech MMG would be good. More AGL teams. Probably better. Also, we know that Airborne Next Generation Weapon Squad is great. As a support team, they're also good. Not as good against buildings, which is where most of the fights come in, though. But you're kind of mixing your magic there because you have the Moors, and if you're 2 grenade launchers are in range, you'd be probably doing okay. So the average infantry fight is going to be ready for a little bit of woods, but a lot of building. I mean, in the defensive configuration we've got them set up, we probably are happy with the M2 anyway, because we're trying to stop them from getting into buildings, but... yeah, Airborne costs more as everything too, but yes, they bring the fire support as well. I think when you haven't got a lot of ATGM, it makes sense, but then you have toes if you're playing Airborne. But it means maybe we take like a Rangers team as like fire support for the SOF armored deck, and they like fire support with their DMRs. Because actually, Rangers would be an incredible fire support unit for 80. With their long mauls and their DMRs, they'd be amazing. Because we're trying to bring as few units as possible. I think of Airborne, yeah, you're bringing like a tow. Maybe you can cut down to like 1 Airborne and bring more AGL, because AGLs still fuck. Maybe bring 2 of these. I'm kind of back on AGLs now, back on my bullshit. I do think you... I was gonna say I think you cut mech rifles for mecha engineers, but then I have to take the engineering Bradley, which doesn't have the proper toes, which... it's good and bad. Maybe in this combo you don't take mech engineers, and you just bring more AGL instead. And you could go mech rifle, mech AA, AGL airborne, or mech rifle, mech AA, tow and AGL for like a platoon. And if I had M113s, you could fit them in that too. Why mech rifles over mech MMG? Because they have AT. They got mad AT. And that is some good shit. We don't need too many of them, 2 is probably enough. Can I fit M13? Not with this configuration. I have to bring a bit less Bradley. If I could bring 6 Bradleys... but I haven't got any mech teams, but I could bring mech NG. What if you went to that, and you brought mech NG with a couple of these, and then you can go 6 and 4 is perfect for carrying a mech team and a weapons team. So you could go, you could roll a whole platoon like this, right? If I'm not bringing airborne, you can go mech rifle, team in one of these. You go mech rifle, mech AA. You don't have heavy AT without the tow, so you'd have to go mech rifle, tow, mech AA, AGL. And you're not really bringing the mech engineers, unfortunately, but shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, I mean, that works, and it costs a lot of points, actually. It works for defense. You could also, what else could you do? You could bring more M113s this way. If you do these guys as the M113s, and you could, no, but you don't want their Bradley. I forgot. Fuck. You don't want to do that, because you don't want their Bradley. 4 mech AA, yes. 4 mech rifles, yes. Each of these is coming with these, so maybe more weapons teams. What's even the point of the engineers building demo? The point of the engineers is to burst damage guys in the open with their small Ds. And just, like, win the close range fight easily, and then follow it up with shotguns if needed. Isn't the Brad great against buildings? Yes, but I don't want to use the Brads for defense. I want to use the Brads for attack, and I don't really want to use... I want to have AT with this deck, not Blams. They are really good, I just don't want them for what I'm trying to do with this deck. But they are really good, yes. I probably could even use some of them, but I just don't want them. Mark, says Mary. These guys are your pushers too, I guess, because you are going to push them. So maybe just have some more mech rifle. Because you need them to go in the Brads. Because if 2 of these platoons are like, let's say 2 of these mech rifles and 2 of the mech AA are defenders. So 2, 2, 2, 2, maybe even 2 if you want to get extra. Then you're still going to need 6 guys to go in the Brad. So that could be 2 mech AA, 4 mech rifles. Oh, 2 mech NGs, perfect. Okay. 2 mech rifles, 2 mech NGs for your push force. That's who's going to go in the Bradleys on the attack. So what does the Airborne do? The Airborne does nothing in this configuration. I guess if you're expecting more AT to rush you, like Barbs and shit, you bring Airborne to help tighten a point up. But at that point, do you bring a weapon squad too? Maybe you fit a WEP squad in. But then you have to cut a little bit of points from this, which is awkward. You could go 1 Airborne, 1 weapon squad. If you're only using them on the defense, it kind of makes sense to have 1 Airborne and 1 weapon squad. I take a nap. Oh, I'm about to start. I'm sorry. I'm about to start. And then you have 55 points. Cut the Airborne. What, you think just go double weapon squad? Go 2 weapon squads? Yeah, I mean, they are going to be way more effective at AT. If you want a defensive holder. My energy just crashed. No, you're good. You're good. You're good then. We do know that Airborne are a very good, like, ready for anything squad, though, so it's probably good to have 1 of each. Also, the cost. I just need to know what to do with my last 55 points here, then. What can I have for 55 that's worth something? I can't fit another sniper, can I? No. Yeah, definitely. Airborne is a very good squad to Horatio. That's why maybe double would have been good too, but you can't fit it here. All the other stuff. To be on tow? Yeah, it makes them really expensive, and I don't think it's necessary most of the time. If you was to go to Airbornes, you can run more M13s for them, right? Yeah, but you can't. Okay, you could run ISVs to get these guys in place. But then you go over your points limit. Oh, no, you don't? It's just because I got another Airborne squad. Okay, I mean, then everyone has a transport, right? Because otherwise nobody can actually, like, bring the Airborne to the fight, to their defensive positions. So you could run a pair of ISVs. I'd rather run M13s, but I haven't got the availability here to do it. If I liked these for... If I wanted Blams, I do, but I don't. You could also exchange these guys for Mech MMG, rather than small Ds. And then you could have 4 M13s, which might be better. Like, the Mech MGs are good, but are they that good at close quarters? I don't know. Probably, yes. I could also just go, like, more mech rifles and just have more AT. And then rely on the AGLs to really win the infantry fights. But I don't have M13s, what's the point? They don't have a DMR ratio, but they have 2 big machine guns. I think you just do this and we go try it. And we... I guess for the money you can bring some AGLs, but they really shouldn't need them. Okay. I think we're good. I'm so ready to play again. Let's play. But I accomplished my objective of learning things I wanted to know about the game. So, this is important shit for me, I'm sorry. I hope some of you find it interesting. I kind of live for this shit. It helps me lay out my defenses a lot. So pretty much all my infantry, except like... Mech NGs, because Mech NGs are on the attack, yeah. All my guys except like Mech NGs, Mech Rifles, and 2 Mech AA. I have 6 mechs that go in the Bradleys on attack. Everything else is defensive infantry. Yeah, I do too, Googles. I do too. Gonna eat my banana. And everything else with this deck is just playing the tanks. Really. Yeah, when I go back to Woods Crawlers, I might try to fit GB Snipers in, I think, Tonzille. When I go back here, I think it might finally be time for GB Snipers loadout. Which is going to be hard to fit in, but I'll try to make it work. Like, yeah, they're fucking good. Because then you get 2,000... You lose the smoke, and you lose the... No, I never had this UB sprint. But you lose the smoke, but you gain the laser, which is also really useful. Also good for ITs. You lose a bit of armor as well, but eh. It's expensive. It's like a very expensive squad. But I don't know, it seems good. We'll see what we can fit. I might have to drop some MATV or something. Or some little birds or something. And I'll probably end up taking the mech MMGs out. Maybe I'll even put in a Rangers AGL. Honestly. Problem is right now, this is where I'm getting all my M13s from. So if I drop mech MMG, I'm kind of cooked. Yeah, Rangers have 500 meters on the rolls. It's on Mars, but it's still good. Still pretty decent, I guess. Really good fire support squad, though, of the 2 DMRs. That'll be very good. People, I'm doing dumb things. What are you doing, Scrapples? What you up to? What other groups haven't I touched in a while? I haven't even looked at Marine fire support options, but we kind of know how the weapons work now. This would be a nice squad for just anchoring an area. Cat Dragon is like really good multi-roll value, I think. 8 dudes. The dragons go really hard in close quarters, I think. Or like medium quarters. You got a Browning, which we know is good. Coming with an M240 Lima, so it's like a 75% of a M2 team. They're expensive, though. They are twice as expensive. And you guys are more of a line unit. Man, back when that Marine squad, when Cat Toe or whatever, still had the AGL, I see why they took it away. That shit's crazy. Oh, a river. I go a river. Mirror match. Let's go, vote for River. I played too much airbase. No! I always play the wood side of SOF. Let's play Chadley's on the right. Let's do something different. Or up the runway. Let's do something different, man. It's time to learn different ways to play these maps. I always play the same fucking zones. So let's go. Love the urban part of the airbase. I do too, and it's the only place I ever play, so I'm... I'm gonna force myself, hopefully, to switch this up. Carmela says, my cat teams always seem to get wrecked, probably a me problem. With all of these squads that are, like, more expensive and higher performance than line infantry squads, I think the key is you've got to make sure, positioning-wise, that your grunt squad is getting engaged first. Have your grunt squad take the brunt of enemy fire, like the ambush. And then let your fire support squad be unattacked, and then open up with their own ambush in return. What are we looking at? Alright, I'll try to play this side. Or maybe the middle, actually. I mean, you can take these areas of vehicles, right? Just play up the runway. So, like, in an AFK, in KISS mode and headless mode, we want to have the positioning just set that up naturally. And on the attack, we want to make sure that our weapons teams are getting into buildings later. How are the games? Good, I've played one and I've done 2 hours of editor lab testing, so I think my chat's ready to riot, but let's play.